He doing this coffee.
Yeah, but it's time to record. We actually started.
Yeah, no, I thought you guys were
welcome
joking.
back. I'm back. I haven't been here for a while, but I'm back to the late podcast.
23.
Myself, Jarrod, Jordan, Hunter, my guy Paul.
1,000 feet.
Oh, you're definitely way too close to a school. You're way too close to a school.
Yeah, I'm like 700 feet.
Yeah, you're way too close to school.
Wait, what are we even talking about?
Him being a pedophile.
Oh, don't say that. Now they're gonna think I'm a pedophile.
This video.
It's a running joke. I'm really not. Right now we're gonna get like cited. We're gonna get taken down.
Demonetized.
We're all gonna get a
We're gonna get
stay away
the
1,000 feet.
TikTok crew.
Yeah.
Goes up to pedophiles.
Next thing you know, I'm gonna get something in the mail saying I'm wanted downtown. I gotta show
Okay.
up.
We have an outstanding warrant.
Right, I gotta show up at this day at this time.
I feel like we need to give some backstory to this. So,
You're gonna have to.
why do we call you a pedophile?
Look at him.
At least it looks like I didn't just get picked up from Toys for Tots.
You know what? You want to start some shit in your own podcast?
In this podcast,
We need a
Hunter
flare.
is gonna fight someone.
But anyway,
Alright, so why do we call him a pedophile? The way
apparently,
he dresses, he looks like a 6-year-old man with he tucks his shirt in.
Actually,
Could be
I'd
a
yell at
married
him
man.
for that.
Not
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to discriminate to old people, but
married people do it too.
This is such a controversial podcast.
Are you married?
yeah, we got
Roxanne's right over there.
Roxanne's his guitar.
I know that.
Well,
I
you
wasn't
need your
telling
guitar.
you, I was telling them.
Oh.
Because of the police song.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I have that whole album, Every Breath You Take,
Nice.
and a UB40 album. But it's like,
So,
I've never listened to UB40.
Everyone's like,
Paul was
after that rap
on the
song,
podcast a while ago. He was an audio version, and now we get to see the face to the name. But so far, I think we're gonna have a good episode. I've been gone for a week.
yeah.
Hey, where you been?
I was working. My schedule didn't match up with Hunter last week at all. So, like, he wouldn't work a Monday and a Wednesday, but I worked a Monday and Wednesday. And I would work Tuesday, Thursday, like, in the evenings, but he'd work Tuesday, Thursday, and it was just... We couldn't make the
It's
episode.
alright. I was in pain all week. Last week.
No,
Why?
it's
What'd you
not bad.
do?
My back.
Oh, yeah.
From work. Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday, I was coughing and hacking stuff up, so I texted him. I was like, hey, it's up to you. We can record tonight if you want, or I can put together a compilation video. And he was like, I mean, honestly, I'd prefer that. I was like, say less. Okay. Okay.
So, wait. Everyone's got coffee. Well, 2 of us have coffee, but the man that says it's coffee o'clock in the intro does not have coffee.
My bowels need a break from it.
I told you it's bad.
His kidney said no.
When you have 22 and counting cups of coffee between 3 a.m. and 5:30 a.m., you need
Last night
yeah.
for your homework.
This
Mhm.
morning.
You need a little
Yeah,
break.
you need to like dilute it with some water. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't drink water. The water's in the coffee.
You're not wrong. But you should also drink water.
This motherfucker drinks bean water. That's the most water he's getting.
Where did the bean water originating from?
Need some beans.
I drink water.
Bean water.
I feel like it's a
Actually,
it's a
it drinks
cocoa
some.
nut
I
though.
think I'm kind of intrigued now. Like,
Oh, no, it's a coffee
Can I
bean,
see
my
the
bad.
bean water?
You're drinking that.
Oh,
It's a coffee bean. Bean water.
I thought he had like some like little, you know.
From like Whole Foods.
I'm
or
sorry for
something.
the headphone users of today. This is
Just like actual beans, just melt for water.
Yeah, like they just
Sold at
soak
Whole
it.
Foods.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, ew, bean water.
well, I mean coconut water.
So,
Coconut water. It's alright.
does
It's
anybody
good mixed with stuff.
Does
By
it-
itself, it's not good.
Does
Puke.
anybody drink like almond milk or anything?
I like almond.
I have to drink coconut milk, but
Where-
that's only at like Starbucks.
Where's a tit on a coconut or almond?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know. Don't blame me.
That is a good question.
Hell, at home I drink lactate milk. It's just normal milk with an enzyme taken out.
I didn't know almonds could lactate.
I want to know why some people drink goat milk.
It may actually be really good. I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I've seen a lot of people make like good cheese out of that stuff.
Yeah.
Watch Surge
I only-
Talk drink.
I only had
goat cheese.
I only had goat cheese, never had goat milk.
Yeah.
I feel like
actually
that's
could
kind
see
of
it.
Well, I mean that's how goat milk. I
Mhm.
mean that's how goat cheese is made. It's out of goat milk.
They're like
I
you're
know that,
sitting
but
in
I
a
never
ranch
had
or
the actual like,
Right.
That's
You realize right
it's
now-
like
goat milk.
that's all I think about.
Some
when I-
conversations.
Yeah, it's kind of
Speaking of which, I need to.
my
grow out
head's
a
gonna
goatee.
explode.
I'm growing the beard out again.
You got
Oh,
like
yeah.
the Zac Efron beard in his like mid-20s.
I haven't seen you in a while. So how was Bloodview?
Oh, it was good. I completely screwed my throat up on Halloween when I wasn't planning on doing that. So after I
I
napped,
feel like you guys definitely talked about this, but
yeah,
Yeah, we did.
after I napped for longer than I should have, I finally get there and they're like, "All right, good, you're here. Just throw on some quick 5-minute makeup and go out and scare some people." And I was like, "Okay, I got you." So then I meet up with a couple other people and they're like, "Well, we're doing this one act where this one woman, she was a literal Corona bottle. She's like, I'm the Corona monster, and you know Gage."
coronavirus.
Yeah, you know Gage, right?
Yeah.
He was in like this priest outfit with a squirt gun and sticks made into a cross.
Yes, I scored gun.
And he was like the cleanser or whatnot. And they were like, "Since you look a little bloody, you want to beat tuberculosis?" And I was like, "Sure."
It was just like the venereal diseases.
You're just
on
walking around
Halloween
coughing
special.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so much to where I threw up in my
I
mouth a
should've-
little
I
bit
should've
as I got
taken
really
that.
close to a girl, and I was like, I better swallow that. So then I have a tissue too, and I'm like spitting and coughing into this tissue, and I'm telling people to touch it. A couple people actually just. And
That's disgusting.
They were
Yeah.
like, homie.
COVID.
And I was like chasing a couple girls around with it. Well, I started coughing and hacking so hard, I damaged my throat for a while. To where when I would talk, I'd sound like my dad more than I already do.
You don't sound anything like him now.
There's times I do. But,
Shout out
Then-
to his dad.
Yeah, right.
I kept going up to people pulling the spit, and I was like, it's like Campbell's, thick and chunky. And they
You were pulling your own spit?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you spit like a camel.
Yeah.
Not a camel,
Thick-
a llama. That's what
thick
those
and
are the
chunky.
things that's.
You're just throwing your phlegm out at these
Yeah.
kids. You're like, hey, you actually want tuberculosis?
And then this one guy was like, yeah, I'll actually touch it. And I was like, do it. And he was like,
Lick
Uh,
it.
I was like, oh my god.
Lick it. I remember when we were like
Oh my god, you actually did it.
in like 8th grade or something. We were at Todd's house and it was like, and you were like, I bet I can spit across the street and hit that stop sign. Like, all right, let's see it. I was like, I think I can spit farther than you, but let's see it. And then like I spit. And then you would spit, and you fucking hit the stop sign across the street. I'm like, what? Like, who has that much spit power? You're like, well, my dad used to be able to spit from the stands to
What
the
do you
field
do
at a
in a
baseball game.
I
I'm
know
like,
you're
what in the
about that.
world?
I feel the same way.
What do you do in the bedroom?
Control, that's what I do.
He's hitting it from the top. He goes
that fucking
all the way down.
No, I'm walking back from the bathroom.
He's
She's
like-
all the way over there. I'm like, all right, you ready to go?
I can just imagine you laying on it like this, and then
Ah, that hurt.
my bad.
Did you shoot me with something?
It's like a BB gun. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're talking about my spit power.
Your PSI spit.
Yeah.
You running about 120 PSI.
Causing bruising, like on
It's like a
skin
fucking
contact.
compressor in his lungs. He's like, alright, I'm ready.
Yeah, you have to start him up real quick.
Gotta reload up that air. Gotta get that compressor going again.
Solar power air compressor.
Hell, whenever I'm about to get on the freeway and I have to spit, I'm like, all right.
Slowly rolling the window.
It's like when you sneeze and you're driving. It's like, but imagine you're going like 100 for no reason because you can. You spit and then with how much air's coming through your car's kind of like. So it's like.
You ever spit out the window and it came back and hit you?
I've had that done to my hair. Like I'll be like driving in the cold, like, and then the wind goes right back, and it's just like,
And the
that
worst
is
is, it's not even when I'm on the freeway. I'm on like normal roads. What kind
on
of
normal roads, you're driving 65.
Yeah.
normal road.
You got me there.
Normal speed.
It's out in the country.
I'll be driving on the road going 40 to 35 and then go,
No,
that's Hunter.
No, it's not. It's
Oh, yes,
He
the Kia.
doesn't- he
The Kia.
I'll still play that one meme. Fast as fuck, boy.
We're hating, but he still gets 31 miles a gallon going 8 miles an
I'm getting
hour.
like 10, 9.
While we're over here, we're going 40 miles an hour. We're getting like 12 miles to the gallon.
I have the eco button, man.
You be
I-
good.
I didn't know that my Jeep had cruise control.
You
I was
didn't-
driving.
What?
I didn't know. I was like driving for like 3 hours straight, and I'm like, damn, my foot hurts. And then like right as I was coming back like into Parma, I looked like I moved my thumb and I saw cruise control, and I was like,
No, that's the first
Shit.
thing I look at when I'm in the car. I'm like, this thing have cruise control?
Yeah, for real.
Because if it doesn't, I drive main roads and put my cruise control on, and then take my foot up and go, just relax.
Yeah, sitting next to him while he's driving, it's a little weird. He's like doing yoga and shit, and then all of a sudden, normal, stop sign, red light. Go, yoga, doing origami. He's got hot tea
He's
brewing in the
finishing his
back.
homework.
Bro, I use my knee and my other leg's over here,
Yeah, I scared.
like laying out.
I scared
It's nice
this
having
one
a
dude in
truck.
a Mercedes.
Yeah,
yesterday.
it is.
I was driving with my knees as I was trying to open my water bottle, and I'm doing like 112, and I was. So I'm just driving with my knees, and this dude in a Mercedes is coming by, somehow catching up to me, but he's in a faster car, so I can see why. And he kind
I'm
of,
surprised that kid gets the 112 anyways.
I got up to 120, got 77 before I hit Akron.
okay, well, at least you're on the highway. I thought you was doing that on the main road. I'm like,
No,
you got a death wish.
But all I see is this
really
guy.
quick. I got Matt's uncle did 120 through Normandy's speed zone, and the cop stopped him.
I'm surprised the cop
While the
was able
school
to
zone
stop.
was on, he did 120, $120 through it. Got stopped, got arrested.
Oh, my God.
Is it the one that lives,
Yeah,
Yeah.
in his '69 Camaro, and it was green. He got busted. Like that sucks. But continue.
But I'm like about to sip my water and I just see this head. So I look over and the guy's kind of like. And I was like,
Is that over?
Water bottle.
"Sure."
You want my kids?
It's like, here, I want me to swerve into you?
I think it was meant to be. He saw you and he's just like,
Is that when you said you met that speeding buddy?
No, that was the other night on my way back from work.
Yeah.
So me and this other Mercedes. Lately, there's been a lot of Mercedes out for some reason.
I know. I was just driving hard compared to my truck. Fuck. No leg room.
I'm like zipping through 480, and then I get stuck behind this Mercedes. So then he gets over. I speed up. I'm like, all right, thanks, bud. Well, then he speeds
Oh,
up.
they're
Right.
leaving on Thursday.
Oh yeah, I told him. So then he speeds up right behind me, and I'm like, all right, this could either be good or bad. So then he flashes his lights because I'm stuck behind this car. He gets over, speeds up, and I'm like, shit, I made a buddy. So then we're like helping each other speed. We're kind of like looking at each other like, hey, all right.
The Fast 7 scene,
I'm
right?
I'm the opposite. When I come home from work, I try to block people behind cars. I try to drive next to somebody so they can't weed brew.
Oh, I try so hard sometimes when someone pisses me off and they're on my ass.
Riding my ass.
Oh, when you were coming here, probably.
Probably. Hey.
When I'm on the highway and it's only a 2-lane highway, I'm coming back from hunting or something, and someone's riding my ass. The person next to me, I'll slow down to their speed, and the person next to me is going 60 and a 70, and I'll just go, and then they'll be behind you, and then you speed up, and they go. You're gonna have to censor that. They flip me off as they go past. I don't care. Fuck. I'm I don't care. I mean, I got a big truck. You can sit down with your BMW.
Yeah.
My excuse is always I pay
Do you
my
want to get into a
taxes.
car accident?
Yeah, I was you want to get in a car accident with me?
Yeah.
You
I'll
don't have a car.
I'll have a dent in my car and half your car is gonna be crushed. But I mean,
It's always
Take your chances.
Chevy Cruises that
It's always the Chevy Cruise.
they try to
I have
pass me.
beef
I
with
just
Dodge
block
Rams.
them in. They
Dude,
try to pass me.
Dodge Ram drivers, they always be on my ass, and
I
I'm
will say-
go ahead, and then I have this huge LED light bar.
That's
it's
great.
over 2,000 lumens, it's bright as hell, and I'll just
You
be
can
yeah, go
feel
ahead,
it.
and then I just blind them. And
You
they're
can,
just
you can
off
feel
the
your
road.
retinas just burning away.
Yeah, it's very unsafe thing to do, and it's it's putting them in danger. But I mean, if they're Dodge drivers, it's
That's
I was
me.
going hunting last weekend, and it was a Friday night. I was going out. It's 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm going 3 hours south, and there's this Dodge Ram that's speeding around everyone, and then gets stuck between 2 cars, and all of a sudden it's just normal headlights, and then all of a sudden he flips his LED light bar on, and the whole entire highway is lit up. The whole entire highway is lit up, and I'm damn, I would hate to be that person. Because he came flying up behind me, and I was I'll let him go. It's a Dodge Ram driver. I know how they work. I know. I'm going to get the light bar, then I'm going to get a train horn. I know the role.
Probably shot at.
That's how I am.
oh shit!
I always come in hot.
Yeah,
And
catch 'em in 40.
people look at the rearview mirror, they're like, "Oh shit, it's a Dodge Ram driver. Let me get over." Then most of the time,
I've never had anyone stop me.
then sometimes you got the people that want to stay in the fast lane but go about 65 and
Yeah, I
70,
fucking hate them.
and I'm shining my lights. I'm come on, get over. Then when there's and they don't get over, I'm all right. And I cut off and I'm slamming on my brakes.
Those senior citizens that drive too slow.
Right.
And you go and weave past them and you start driving the speed, and then they start finally speeding up and they're like, "Why'd you cut me off?" It's I wonder.
I can't wait till I retire so I can just wake up in the morning and make everybody late for work.
That's your primary purpose of existing.
I mean, yeah, when you're
no one
retired,
watched
there's nothing
me.
else to do.
No one watched that truck.
Like Jordan, I come in hot all the time, but they're like, "Oh, little Kia, stand down." So then when I finally get room, I'm like, "Fucking drop a gear and disappear." And then they're kind of looking at me as I'm. They're like,
drop a gear and disappear.
it was a TikTok I saw. So now every time I go fast, I'm like, just drop a gear and disappear.
It would work
I
if
don't
your
even
car was a
think.
manual.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't even fucking drop a gear.
It's got sport mode.
And what, you can do the button mode?
Yes.
Paddle
Drop
shift.
a gear.
Paddle shift.
He doesn't even have paddle shift. He's got the button on the shifter. You go boop, boop.
Slap shift.
I mean,
Well, no, I shift it side to side.
my column shifter, I've got the. If I wanted to put it in manual, I go 1 up, 2, 2, 3. Gotta slow down. 2.
I don't even have that. I just have a gear limiter. Kind of like Matt's.
Well, you got.
Just
There's
got
a difference
automatic.
between your truck and my truck. My truck
Stick
goes.
shift or anything.
My truck goes column, drive. Your truck goes. I'm a gay, and it twists.
My dad's truck.
It's a nice feature.
I ain't driving the shit box.
Never mind.
Dude, shitbox.
Matt.
Oh, you're about to call my truck a shitbox. I'm gonna be like, you're
That
joking.
shitbox can go.
No, I was just referring to Matt.
Matt, yeah.
I did so much damage. To
A
my
man that
car,
doesn't
and
believe
it's
in
still
warranties.
going. I'm like, like I went past the 200,000 miles, and it's still just ripping. I was like, okay, well let's drive it until this thing explodes again.
Yeah, my car. It's basically Frankenstein at this point. So many people have hit it, and you can't even tell.
Remember,
Other than when the deer ran into me.
do you remember
I
that
remember
old
that.
van that I had?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I remember I was driving by Shiloh. I was driving like 30 miles an hour, and a deer ran straight
Where'd
towards
you
my
park?
car. Like I had zero
Next to
reaction
your
time.
truck.
He just went whoop, and shot right out the other end
So
on
she
his
parked in
feet, and
front
he
of
just kind of like just fell over, and I was not even a single scratch on it. On my car, and I was like, dude, this thing is haunted, man. I gotta like not drive this anymore.
Can't go by schools,
fucking solid
churches.
I was
Yeah.
like this close to buying a set
All
of
that
rims and
carbon
tires the other day.
dioxide.
Oh,
building
really?
up on the
Yeah.
inside.
miles?
You felt really small, didn't you?
Yeah, when
No,
my
it wasn't even because
transmission
of that.
cracked,
That was that.
Was it-
It was like over the
I
weekend.
like
I
literally
went and got my
slipped
haircut
out in the
yesterday,
parking
and I was
lot.
like,
I
screw it,
I
I'll
wanted
park
to
next to
park
the big
this
truck.
and I
And
heard it, and
I
I
was like,
slowly
this is a
started
big
going
mistake.
back. The only reason
Where'd you
how
go?
I like was able
What,
to
like,
not have it
to get your
fully
haircut?
roll out into
Sports
the
clips.
parking lot was because I
It
had
was
this
my
huge
barber.
sofa mattress
Where's he
in
at?
the back,
Tommy's
and I
is
took
down
it
the
and I
road
like
right
put
here.
it behind the wheels, and apparently that
Time does
kept
he
it
close?
rolling out. But mind you, this was in like
Six
December.
on weekdays.
One of the windows was
I was
rolled
gonna
down,
say, I
so I
don't
forgot.
get-
I was like in a panic, you know.
Normally,
So there was
Parma
snow
till
in there, and it's just empty.
5:15.
Like the radio was
But then
out,
he's
so
open
it looked like something went out, you know. And
till 2
then
on
they were like,
Saturday.
"We're gonna tow this on this day."
He
Like the
opens
next
up
day,
at
I went to
8,
go see
I
it.
think, on Saturday.
But I found someone to buy it, and we like missed
closed
the
Sunday
towing by like probably like 30 minutes. And we just like drove out, and we're like, "Man, the city's gonna come in here, and they're gonna be like, where is it?" You know. I got $500 for it.
Nice. Yeah, you know the repo man's probably
I
out
miss
there
that whole-
whistling,
So
driving over like this is gonna be a good day, and then
Dude.
all of a sudden,
Yeah, they're
What
like, it was supposed to be here, right? I was like, yeah, but it's not here anymore. Man.
What'd you get $500 for? I missed.
Oh, my bad. Remember that I was telling him about my old van, and
Oh,
my
okay.
transmission cracked on it, and then I left it there behind this like apartment complex for like a good minute, and then they said they were gonna tow it because they're like, well, there's a sofa mattress behind like the rear wheels, and one of your windows is rolled down, and the car radio is missing. Like, so they thought it was like some sketchy stuff, and then they said we were gonna tow it by like 3 this afternoon, and then I found someone to like fully destroy the car, and they were like, yeah, I'll pay you $450 to like $500 cash at hand. You just give me the title and everything. I was like, bet, and he showed up like 30 minutes before the city was supposed to come to claim it
Nice.
and like impound it. So we missed them, and I was like, yes, I got $500. It was good.
Yeah, these were the rims I was gonna buy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
kinda
not a
similar to
fan
mine.
of Chrysler.
What- wait,
Like,
hold on.
there's some
Don't look
Chrysler
at the
vehicles that I've
dimensions,
driven, and I
not
was
the
like,
ones
wow,
on
these
the
are
Oh,
great.
I was gonna say that's
Some of their
big,
Cadillacs
actually.
are good, but
I
they're
was gonna
like
get
they're
20
like luxury.
by 12.
PT
That's what I
Cruisers
got.
suck.
What, a 33 or
They're like
35?
built-in sound systems,
33.
not bad,
I was
but
gonna say if you do a 35,
they're horrible
you're
on
looking at-
gas.
you
They
gotta
look
lift the
ugly
truck
as
at
shit,
least 4
you
or
know.
6.
And a majority
Wait, you have
of those, like
35s or
those Dodge
33s?
Caravans, Dodge Rams, they all rust out so quickly. Like I don't know why.
But when,
my one buddy, Frank, he
this
had,
is 2 separate podcasts.
Yeah, we could split it in half. You know what I'm saying?
he's got
My,
a Dodge
where I bought
Caravan
my
in like the early 2000s, and that thing,
rims and tires with.
as much as I love the guy, it's a rust bucket on wheels. He
when
knows
he
it
buys
too. He's
Clapped
saving,
out.
he's saving money.
From the company that he has, he gets them for like the non-marked up price,
Yeah,
and then
at cost.
yeah, and then the tires. If I get mud tires, they're 50% off, and if I get all-terrain tires, they're 35% off. So they're Firestone tires, but still they do their job.
Yeah, my sister was supposed to.
Save a lot of money that way.
My sister
Yeah,
was
for real.
supposed to call your dad about tires because hers are somehow nearly bald.
She needs a set of
Oof.
winter tires right now.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, have you called Jarrod's dad's location yet? No. You need to.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Dad said he'd call them, and it's like, I told you to do this like 3 weeks ago. You're waiting till now to do something
Wait,
about
who
it?
is
And
this?
My sister.
Tell her to be a big girl.
Yeah, but the big boy. Has
Yeah, but they're like backed up till almost Saturday right now with
Oh, really?
tire changes and everything because people are getting ready for winter. So she's really got a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Tell her to be a big girl.
this Saturday, I'm going to get my truck undercoated. So
you should
Wait, did
just
they
like
do that
learn
yet?
how to do
not
it.
at my
Oh.
dad's shop. Right
Oh.
around the corner, Zybert's or whatever it's called. That's where we
How much?
You
did
finally
that
figured out the day?
$3.99 or something, or $2.99.
You figured out the day you were supposed to?
I'm pretty sure it's Saturday.
Yeah. He calls me the other day.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
He calls me the other day, and he's like, so I'm supposed to get my truck undercoated, but I don't know
where
when.
it's at, yeah.
This is like sometime this week, maybe
They also do
next week.
tint and other
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I used to
I
test
asked
it
him-
every day.
I asked him about a paint protection film for my whole truck. He's like, yeah, $5,000.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
Yeah,
Alright.
I could buy a whole other
Cool.
car with that.
Thanks, my guy. I just said, we'll just do the undercoat.
That's more than a paint job.
I was like, I can just get my truck repainted. I know people.
It's like, if I bring you a tree, would that even out because wood costs and all that?
Yeah. No,
Jesus
but
Christ.
the person that was gonna originally get it done, if I buy the paint protection film for my truck, it's $1,200 for my whole truck to get wrapped, and then they were gonna do it at a way reduced price than that, but they're gonna have my truck for like 3 days.
Mm.
So
Trying
Probably
to
do.
drive the Denali again.
Those
you're
aren't
driving
bad.
that Acadia Denali all over again.
Those are nice.
It's very nice and it's got a heads up display, so
'Cause you're
I don't have
still
to look
with,
down at the dash. I can just keep my eyes straight.
Hunter don't even look down at all. He just
Hunter
goes.
just goes, oh, that person's going about that fast. All right, I can go a little bit faster than him. And then he
He's
goes,
like,
that
oh,
person's
they wanna
going
race,
faster than
okay.
me. I can go faster than him. And then he realizes he's going 60 in a 35.
Until
You know,
until there's a red light, and then it's like,
see,
grinding.
I don't
brake
understand.
pad.
When he hits 70 and he gets pulled over, that's a felony.
I don't know how you don't notice how fast you're going in that little car. Like, I'm in a big truck. I don't even know I'm going 50 miles an hour at the time. Feels like I'm going 35.
Oh,
I
occasionally
guess
when
the
yeah.
weight distribution because it's heavier, you know.
yeah, with
Okay.
my
Push a
car,
little more.
it feels like I'm just doing like 40, and then I look, it's like, oh, 80, okay.
I am going to be honest, it is way easier to not notice when you're driving a little car how fast you're going than when it is when you drive like a truck.
Like Nissans, like those Sentras and Altimas, you could drive those to like 20 miles an hour, and then you're like, you look at your spit out, you're at 60 miles an hour, you're like, you know, like, oh man.
Just imagine driving a Camaro down the road.
Yeah,
You're just driving, and then you're 100, cool. Slow down really quickly.
Everything's zooming by, you're like,
You get to a red light, a cop gets up behind you, and he's like, you know, I've been looking for you for the past 15 minutes now. It's about time I got you. And you're like, what?
like, hello, officer.
When
You
Mike
want an
drives
autograph or something?
when Mike drives his Corvette and he goes down the highway, he goes. He's like, I gotta slow down. I'm 120 already.
No, I gotta slow down. There's like
Alright,
10
cool.
miles. It's like 110's a good spot.
Yeah, I'm like, but he just goes like lays on it for like 4 seconds, and he's like, gotta slow down. Not even 4 seconds. Like getting on the off ramp. I mean, on the on ramp, he just, and then he looks down. And he goes, I'm going about 20, so we're gonna slow down. Oh, damn.
And that was $20.
I was like, that was like 3 seconds of fun. What the hell?
Do it again. What do you,
What's the point of buying
I'll
a
look
Corvette?
out for you. We're good.
It's the point of buying a Corvette when you can only have 3 seconds of fun.
Exactly.
Drives the speed limit in the Corvette.
Old people.
Right.
They buy the
used to
big
cut this one house.
Bentleys, you know, they're just like, we'll drive 50 miles an hour.
No, the Rolls Royce drivers are assholes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not them driving, it's their for sure, or whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
Chauffeur.
Chauffeur. I said for sure.
For sure.
Hey, for sure. Are you talking to me? Sorry. No. For sure.
For sure what?
Just puts the keys in the ignition. Yes. We'll be right back.
You for sure on my show.
My for show
We-
is right here.
I used to cut one house
You pick me up for show.
with my old boss, and the guy had a Z06 Corvette, brand new. And the ones I had like 2019. Well, I was cutting it last year, so like the 2020s weren't really out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 2019 Corvette Z06 and the 2020 Camaro ZR1 edition sitting in the other side of the. I was like, damn, this guy's got. And then like he had a NASCAR hat on. He'd sit outside and watch us cut. I was like, damn, who is this guy? Is this what's his name? Is this Mr. Hendricks?
Right.
You pull a Patrick Star, just go up to it. Touch.
No.
Hey, I said no touching. Touch. Are you stupid or something?
But I was like, really? Like, what? He's just like retired, just sits and watches cut the grass. I'm like, oh. I don't know if I were you. It was a beautiful day, and it was like June. It was in like June, and I was like, if I were you, I'd be at like some car show right now.
Right.
Like, what is it? Cars and Coffee. Like, you know, I'm not sitting here just wiping them down and watching people cut my grass. I'm out ripping them.
Yeah, that'll be me.
It's like
Deep in the
you
cover.
sit down to take a sip of your water. He just gets in, boom, and then next thing you know, peels the tires off and goes by, leaves you in the smoke, and you're kind of just like, that was worth it.
Or no, just because he's sitting at home watching him cut the grass, he'll start it, rev it a couple times, and Jared's like, "Ooh, he's about to take off," and he turns it off.
This one house we cut, they've got a Porsche 911 in their garage. I've never seen them take it out.
Really?
No, never. But they're retired. They're old retired people.
When-
Well, one's not the husband's retired, but the wife is the bread and butter. She has her own practice as a doctor,
Mhm.
and their 911 Porsche just sits in the garage.
You should be like, hey, one day, can you just like start it?
And, but they take the Denali, the GMC Yukon Denali always, and then the Toyota Titan sits in the driveway.
Must be nice having that much money.
I feel like it just cause more stress. Like if I had a lot of money, I'd be like, ah, shit, what do I do with this?
No, mine's going towards a Lambo.
Nah. Get yourself a
Or-
McLaren.
I'd rather have a Ferrari.
Mine would be-
Okay, the my thing about
Box bottom
rather having a
Mustang.
Lambo
Oh, yeah.
over a Ferrari is the Ferrari V8 sounds so good, but if you do one thing and Ferrari doesn't like it, they have a cease and desist program that they'll just not give you any money back and they'll just take your car. Because they're like, that's not part of our Ferrari brand on what you're supporting, and they just take the car.
I think at a point Ferrari did buy out Lamborghini and they created it.
No, Ferrari got bought out by Volkswagen.
I was thinking there was one company that bought out Lamborghini at one time and they
Volkswagen.
created. Oh, it was? Okay. Alright. Germans. But yeah, they created like a model where it like breaks down, but it is only for like rich people. Like if you could own a Lamborghini, you could definitely have enough money to buy another one. Because they would have like these very slight problems, like after a couple thousand miles, it'll just break down, you know? And then people would have to throw them out because it's like,
Thank you.
no, there's no like
I know Volkswagen
shop that
bought
you could
Ferrari.
go to.
Right.
They're like, yeah, let me work on your
in the-
Lamborghini. It's like,
In the movie Ford versus Ferrari, Volkswagen definitely bought Ferrari, and that's why
Alright.
Ford went on the tangent of trying to beat them in the 3 24-hour races, and especially on the Mans.
Fiat.
Okay, I was right. Fiat bought Lamborghini, right?
Oh, no, that was Ferrari.
Wait,
so I was right. Okay.
no, it was Volkswagen, so maybe Fiat bought it from
No,
Volkswagen.
because this was only like a couple year thing. Like they, I think it was Ferrari. I'm not sure, but they like
It was
made these
most
certain
likely.
models of Lambos that would just like shit. But the thing is, they look nice, you know, and it's like they were expensive. But
Audi bought
it was
out
only for
Lamborghini.
like upper class.
Holy shit, I was way off.
Wait, who bought it?
Audi.
Audi. Oh,
That,
shit.
okay, that makes sense because the Audi R8 has the same engine that the Lamborghini Huracan has. They have both the same engine, but you can buy the Audi R8 for less than you can the Lamborghini Huracan.
I did not know.
But you cannot. But you don't have all of the other features that a Lamborghini has.
Right.
Audi R8s are very nice, but
Oh yeah.
Hell, if I had a lot of
it's a
money,
$150,000 car compared to a $250,000.
if I had a lot of money in the bank, and I'd go and find either an '85 Ford Ranger or
Alright.
a 2001 Ford F-150 white.
50?
Yeah,
F-150.
like my old one.
No, you don't need it.
Yeah, I do.
So
I just make a 4Runner off-road build with that money.
I think what you're talking about is Lamborghini, where they built just a select few, like a couple hundred cars that were made. They weren't insanely fast or anything, but they were insanely priced because of the way that they looked.
Yeah.
And it was the Centenario, not the Centenario. My bad. It starts with a C though. Can you look up? I don't remember the name.
What is it?
It's
Calzone.
no. It starts with a C and it's a Lamborghini and it's like
SUV?
no.
Oh.
That's the Urus. That's the Urus.
Imagine if Lamborghini made an SUV.
They
with, like,
They
a
did.
butterfly
They
nose.
made two.
Oh my
It's
god.
a Urus and
The
We're
Urus.
we're gonna need a reference
Count
photo.
Atch. Whatever that is.
the Corvette.
The Corvette sedan.
The Corvette Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini Centenario. I was right.
Oh, Centenario.
That is one of them that they made. That they only made a couple hundred, but they're worth like $5 million. The other one is
Have
the
you seen
Venero or Veneno. I don't know. I can't pronounce their names. It's ridiculous on some of their names.
though people who'd be driving those type of cars around Parma, like what are you doing with
So
yourselves?
there's
'Cause
people here
all
that
those
drive.
potholes?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna
There's
need
people
a
here
new
that
front end every
You're
other
gonna
day.
need a new front splitter all the time and
Yeah.
a new differential.
They're
all the
gonna
time.
start lifting their Lamborghinis.
But well, they have a front end lift, like from factory,
Mm.
and then you can lower it. But everyone around here drives an '08 Lamborghini Gallardo, or
Yeah.
older. No one drives
Like the
a
new-
Lamborghini Huracan.
I seen an Aventador one time. That was
I've
a
seen
Strong's
it was. I've seen one Aventador SV, not the SVJ, SV at Swenson's,
I
Wasn't that
can
wicked?
see that.
and it was blacked out. It was murdered out, but they didn't know how to drive it. No, it was a Huracan, not an Aventador. They didn't know how to drive it, and it was green.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
I see
an
Ferraris
ugly
all the
green.
time.
And it was like they revved it and they went, but then they couldn't find a gear. They didn't know how to shift. Because then they were just sitting there and they couldn't find first gear.
They're
It's
like,
so
oh,
easy.
They're like in neutral the whole time. They're like, why isn't it moving?
well, because
Judge-
with the new
Bullshit.
Huracans, everything's paddle shifted. So you do both the paddles, it'll put it in neutral, then you can rev whatever you want. And then there's a park button on the dash. But then all you have to hit is the up gear and it'll put you in first.
Mm.
There's no clutch. It's
Oh,
just a
damn.
gas and a brake in the new Huracans because it's a double clutch feed, electric. It's not.
The auto clutch.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the new Trailblazers? Like the Chevy Trail.
Oh yeah.
Those ones like those drive really nicely. I don't like the look on them. They kind of look a little but they drive so smoothly. It's like creepy.
Look up. There's. I used to always want, like if I made hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, I always wanted a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, but there's a new car that they made this year. It's the Lamborghini Huracan. It's not the Performante, even though that one is insanely fast and it has
Yeah.
insane looks, but it's got like carbon fiber everywhere, and it's insane looking. And it's like the Evo something.
Wait, I know
need to see
what
it
you're
100%.
talking about. I don't know the exact name for it.
But it's
I-
got the
I like-
got the Performante engine in it, and it's just insanely fast with all these insane, cool like motors that are in the differential to make the wheels spin. They're electric motors with the Performante engine and all this stuff. It's crazy insane with all this carbon fiber everywhere. The wing looks like the SVJ wing, and it's just insane.
I feel like your garage will look a lot different than my garage.
Yeah, probably very. Well, because
I'm
the
a
problem is,
four-wheeler guy.
I like-
four-wheel drive.
I like my trucks. I have a love for my trucks and my
Yeah.
off-road vehicles.
No?
No, I said it wasn't the
Yeah, I thought he did say Evo. I was like, yeah.
I said
I
it's
could
not the
see it.
Performante and it's not the Evo, but it's like a mix of both.
Yeah, because my dream car is a 1963
Oh, did he
split
send
on
that
that
to you?
Corvette.
I might have to head over there.
Yeah, he sent me that this morning, and I was like,
Mine's a
Car goes for like
yeah, like
$300,000.
mine's a 70 Chevelle.
Is it because of Matt's grandpa?
No.
Huh.
I've wanted one of those for the longest time.
I like the 71,
Oh,
the circle tail light. Or a 70 Cuda. Those cars are rare though.
oh yeah.
71, 70.
this was my response to that.
If I had all the money right now, I'd
It's
be
the
going to buy
Lamborghini.
a
Okay.
high country Duramax.
Per max.
I just get a good off-roading vehicle and go like camp out at the desert with a couple people. I really want to try that out.
Okay, I have found it.
And I'm getting that bitch deleted. Things gonna be like,
Hunter is not good at this, but I have found it.
I might head over
It is
there
called-
soon.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
the Lamborghini Huracan STO.
Let's see what this looks
oh, I've seen that car before. Seen that shit in Forza.
Oh no.
It's got all these crazy angles and dimensions. Hunter,
You just
put it up in the video so they can see what we're talking
Here's
about.
What is that, like an iPhone 4S?
this is the road.
What?
Hey.
Oh, his phone?
Yeah.
I know, when it's in
Once
my
you get
hand, I'm
all
like,
the way
what
up
the
to the
fuck
street,
am I doing?
that is wrong.
Careful, you guys
Take
might
a
make
left
the dust
and
shoot
go
out
up.
again.
That's where Lucas is.
That's
Paul.
a big cleanup.
That's the Lamborghini Huracan STO. It's got all these crazy angles, all this crazy carbon fiber.
It's like a
It's an-
Need for Speed car.
Mhm.
Like even like the color scheme on
Look,
it.
see
You
what
need
the
to like
horsepower
give them
specs
like
are
a
from
reference
factory.
photo so they know.
I
what
believe
we're
it's like
talking about.
850, but I could be wrong. It could be like 650.
$328,000.
Yeah, that is like my new dream Lamborghini. Is the STO. It is so crazy spec'd out.
Song. Isn't that Coldplay song? This is how
630.
I say
Okay, so it's close with
No,
60.
that's the parade.
But it's
Good
those.
song though. Good
The
song.
Lamborghini Huracan is like the Honda Civic of supercars.
live. I have
It was a
feeling
killer song.
In the way of the
Come in
Lamborghini
on.
Huracan is so, it can take so much of an abuse and drive so many miles.
'Cause
compared
I'm
to,
Mr.
like, the
Byside.
Aventador. The Aventador can drive like 10 miles and it's got a check engine light.
Yo, coming out of my rave and I've been doing just fine.
Sounds
Gotta
like
go
Matt's
be
truck.
down.
Yeah. But I was saying, I have my
Too
off-road and truck,
It started out
And
with a date.
Jeep side of
Ended up getting raped.
my garage that I like.
It was only one
I like
day. It
lifting
was
things
only
and
one
putting
day.
big tires and
Oh,
stuff
we
on them
know.
and making them loud as all holy hell.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting bigger cams in them, supercharging them. Yeah, I have that side.
I gotta find the picture of this
But-
one Dodge again.
I have another
It's gonna
side
be you
that
when you're older.
that
Dark
loves my hypercars and
If I don't
supercars
show
that
up, their cam's gonna be
I want because who doesn't want a McLaren P1?
No, does he get aggressive with you?
So,
Like,
Do you,
cancel
do you
one?
even know what that is?
No.
I
Alright,
do.
look
I
it
seen.
up.
I seen one in Maryland.
So he can't.
Yeah.
He
No, bro.
stepped on the
You
gas.
can't
The dude went to 60 miles an hour. Like,
Yeah,
like-
yeah, it's pretty quick to 60.
Yeah. dude was already at 60. And he was about like from the fish tank to
And
me.
it's pretty aggressive.
yeah.
Okay, so you're
So,
not going
all right. What would
Look up McLaren P1
I don't want to be upset
matte
again.
carbon.
so what would be your off-road vehicle?
We were gonna do
Ooh,
an intervention
that's difficult.
with
Like
the
that I
Rams.
want to take off road like in Rock Claw, or
Yeah,
like take
like-
off road and like go dooning. or like mudding?
Like mudding, like
Okay, if I were gonna take like
I can make it sound
a
much
vehicle and go mudding, you know what's weird? It'd be a
We take
Ford
one
Bronco.
an older one or a new one. The
The,
Sasquatch.
the new one is kind of actually
Yeah, the
has a
Sasquatch.
lot of technology in it that helps with
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
that won't stop.
Which that'd be a good option, but the old one is where it's at.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
why it's
beat
like-
the living crap out of them.
Oh,
When I
yeah.
sent you, it's like
You remember the commercials for it?
Yeah.
it's like a catch-22
I mean,
situation.
but
They should have made the commercial.
45 to
Did
get up to
OJ
30
do
maybe.
it? That would have been gold.
if it
You
were
cut
just
through,
any off-road
Collinsville,
vehicle
which is right
for
across the
mudding,
street from here.
probably be a Polaris Razor.
It'll definitely cut it down.
Just
by,
because why not?
30 minutes.
I don't
Get
need
there in,
that
like,
big
probably 20.
truck vehicle
But
to do it.
if you walk
See,
up Broadview,
if I was go-
down
alright,
Razor
so
would do
cut
it
through
just fine.
Normandy.
If we're talking about
Like
side by
35
sides,
an hour.
I'll take a Can-Am Maverick.
I like the Can-Ams, but I like the Razors better.
Yeah, people have their preferences on this.
I'm more of a Polaris than Can-Am.
But yeah,
I know
your
so
best
many
bet
people
would
that
just
have
be
Can-Ams
walking
that,
in a
like,
well-lit
they're
area. You don't wanna
1000
risk it.
cc Can-Am, blah blah blah.
Ooh,
But then
Brady?
Submissive.
runs it into a tree.
The little monsters you can-
Breaks the whole, totals the whole four-wheeler, and then runs into a
Hopefully
tree,
it
totals the
works
whole four-wheeler, breaks ribs.
You have me on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Was he drinking?
No, it was just a trail that he's never been on. And he was just he was just flying at 60, runs into a tree, flies off the tree, the whole Can-Am falls apart, breaks it, and he broke ribs.
You got your guitar, right? Alright.
No.
I don't know. If I was picking a regular.
But then I know someone with the side by side. They've only had it for a year, and they're already having problems with it. That's why, like, my stepdad's had a Polaris full ATV. It's a 2014. It's the 570 Sportsman. He hasn't had any problems. It's actually rolled, and the only thing that happened was the handles got bent a little bit, and he's like, I don't care, it's the drive. But besides that, he's never had any problems. Like, and he doesn't take it light, and then. So I don't know. I think they're just more reliable, and I know people with Razors that they beat on them and everything, rolled them, and they still work so hard. Are they both leaving?
No.
I don't know. If I had to pick a off-road vehicle, like a car,
Like an actual truck
Yeah.
or Jeep or whatever.
I would take the Rubicon because they have the sway bar locks and
Yeah,
the hub
I
locks.
didn't even think about that. Like I was thinking Jeep Wrangler, I was like, but I didn't even think about the Rubicon edition.
I'm an XJ boy.
Or what about the
I got your water.
Mojev or whatever the
Pink cup.
new?
Oh, the Mo.
Oh, I
yeah, the
just
Mo.
filled up
Mojo, whatever.
I have 2 cups now.
That's pretty much. I think that's pretty much like a.
It's like
A
a Jeep
Rubicon.
Gladiator, but the Rubicon
Yeah.
kind of. But they have a Rubicon edition for the Jeep Gladiator, but I don't know what the Mojob is. The difference. I don't know.
That
Oh.
Jeep Gladiator build be looking a little rough.
What do you mean?
I don't know, that the whole thing about it looking like a Wrangler and then the
Yeah,
other
let
half
me
is
show
like
you
a truck.
something really quick. Give me your phone.
Jordan's got a phone too, you know.
Yeah. Wait, Jared, what happened to your phone?
Recording.
Oh.
I like the
Forgot about that.
the Gladiator, but it has to be with the big tires on it. The base models are ugly.
Yeah, right. Let me show you something really quick.
Oh, he's going back then with the Jeep trucks.
Yeah, it just looks like a wonky build, you know, like those Subaru Bajas where they look like a little like Subaru car, but the other half is a pickup like trunk. It's like,
You know, those vehicles make me very uncomfortable.
yeah, like or the Volkswagen Beetle cars. I'm like those Priuses.
Oh yeah.
So, the Jeep Gladiator doesn't look good, right?
What the hell?
Yeah, the Jeep 18-wheeler.
It's a 6x6 Jeep Gladiator, and it's on 45-inch tires with like a 14-inch lift on it.
Have you ever seen the 392 Wrangler?
I watched that guy build the whole truck, but with the 392 Wrangler,
Best sounding Jeep I ever heard in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah. But he put a Hellcat engine in it, so he's got 800, 700 horsepower, and he was waiting for a. I'm talking about the Stradman. Just give him his credit, where his credit is due. Amazing build. Took it from a black, just regular Jeep, first edition, whatever, and he built it to this, and this 6x6 with these huge rims, tires, crazy lift, and all the body work for the bed is all handmade, and then he put a Hellcat in it. He had the Helisaurus engine, the 1,000 horsepower crate engine, ordered, but he waited almost a year for it and it never came in. So he just had the Hellcat in it for that whole time because he needed the power to move those big rims and tires, and he just canceled the order for that because it never came in.
Yeah, I wouldn't even wait like a month for something like if it takes for that long.
I get the new 632.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's a Chrysler vehicle, so why would you put a Chevy? I don't know.
I don't know. Look back in the day.
But he just
Ford swapped with Dodge engines and Chevy engines.
But he just bought the Ram TRX.
Frankenstein. What?
He got rid of his Ford Shelby Baja Raptor, which is a $120,000 truck. Bought a Ram TRX because it had 200 more horsepower.
Sounds like me in fantasy.
Well, I mean, he's got a Lamborghini Aventador coupe. He's got a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, wide bodied. He's got a Nissan GTR wide body getting twin turboed right now. He's got a Lamborghini Gallardo getting twin turboed right now. He's got.
What is he doing with this 12-car garage?
He's got an 18-car garage.
Oh my god.
He's got the Gladiator. He's got the TRX. He's got a Bugatti Veyron. He's got a Lamborghini Murcielago. He's got a
Here's his GTA
Chevy
build.
He's got the brand new Chevy Corvette C8 Corvette with a wide body kit on it. He's got a Ferrari He's got a Ferrari 488 getting wide bodied right now.
A helicopter.
He's got a NASCAR that he's taking care of for someone.
6 fighter jets.
Yeah, he's got that F-22 fighter jet.
He's got a hold on, I'm not done. I know he's got more.
Dude, he's gonna need like a 30-car garage after that. He needs a layer for it.
Well, he just sold it. Well, he sold his Nissan model. He sold his Tesla Model 3, and he just sold that. He just sold his Shelby Raptor that I said, and he has another car on its way. It's a Ferrari. I don't know what it is. So he's floating around 10 to 12 cars to 14 cars at a time, usually. Oh, Lamborghini Urus. I forgot about that one.
Holy shit.
So how are you on a 4 loss?
Let's not talk about that. But now he's building what was a $2 million dream house of his is now almost a $3 million dream house of his because of the price of lumber. So, but he's getting built right now, and he's got an 18-car garage for it with a bat cave.
He's got a bat cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have that many cars at that point,
so
you get a bat cave.
what he's got is he's got a garage on the right and his house on the left with a bridge in the middle. And if you drive under the bridge, there's a 2-car garage in the house. There's another 2-car garage in the house. One garage is for the Gladiator. One garage, because the Gladiator's so big. And then he's got, if you go to the right, he's got like an 8 or 6-car bay on the top, and then you go to the back, and it's a car elevator that takes you down, and then you've got another like 8 to 10-car garage on the bottom.
Damn.
He's got his
Dude's
little
stealing my
bat
ideas.
suit.
He's not stealing your ideas. He's making the ideas happen. That was my idea.
I've had that idea ever since I saw Batman.
But then he's got an elevator down.
Christopher Nolan. He's
Well,
like,
because originally when
Incessantly
he got the plan made up, he only had 6 cars. So he was like, I don't know, just do a regular big garage, and then I'll have a house on top of it. and then his plan got denied by the city because who's gonna buy that after you?
Right.
Yeah,
He's
like,
gonna
this
buy a
is too
10-car
cool.
garage with just a house on the top. Who's gonna buy that? So they denied that. So then he built this huge, massive home with a huge, massive garage. And then he said, after he made up the plans, he said, I'm going to need a back cave. Because at the time, then he was at 10 cars. And he goes, I'm not done.
And like, this is just the beginning.
Right. Like, so now he's got like an 18-car garage. Well,
The city. Are you done him? That like TikTok of the dude laughing, walking to his bedroom.
but there's the
Crawls in
car.
bed.
There's the cars.
Yeah, he puts-
then there's the back cave, and then above that he's got like a loft, so he can make like he wants to start a podcast, so he can do his podcast up there and like all storage.
So you're
and
gonna
stuff.
have it like how NASCAR will do it from time to time, where you just see all the cars in the background and like he's right here, cars.
I mean, he's done podcasts with people with like just sitting on a couch and his car's behind him, and he currently he's renting a warehouse currently. You have to when you have that many cars.
Right.
Really?
But he's got 2 car lifts, and he still doesn't have enough room. He's got a 3-car garage that he makes 4 cars fit in.
That's something you would do.
Well, he parks his Veyron all the way in the back of the 3-car garage. Then he parks his Murcielago at an angle. Then both the Aventadors. Like, I don't know. He lives in Utah.
There's a lot of space out there.
Utah, that and like Nevada are the 2 states I've always wanted to go. No, it's not Nevada, Arizona.
But his car is
I want to go to Tennessee for my 21st.
Tennessee's
Oh,
fucking nice.
He's selling his Veyron.
Why?
Because the oil change that he just got done is 21 grand.
Oh.
Damn.
That's a $1.3 million car.
I'm coming.
So why the tires are $40,000 a piece for one tire, and if you get one replaced, you have to get all 4 replaced.
Yeah, that's too
Because
chat
that's-
for me.
It's Bugatti,
Yeah.
and you can't just get like a regular tire. It has to go to the Bugatti dealership because they're glued onto the rim. So almost
It's a good
every
tech.
Bugatti owner, I'm not gonna say all, they put aftermarket rims and tires on.
Our previous podcast, we talked about Bugattis, how they like drive like factory like 500 miles.
They drive them 300
Or
miles from the
300 miles.
factory to break them in, so that when you get the car, you can have the full 1,000 to 1,500 horsepower experience. It depends. If you buy the Chiron, it's 1,500. If you buy the Veyron, it's 1,000 in one. 1,000 in one. Horsepower.
Gotta be specific.
So they drive at 300 miles, so you have the full opportunity to use all that horsepower, which you never have. You will never have that opportunity
Yeah.
unless you have a private track that is 5 miles long.
Because they don't want to drive it because it costs so much for a
But there's
car.
so many people that have bought like the Chiron and have only driven it like 400 miles, not even, and it's like only got like 500 to like 700 miles on them because like who's gonna drive that $3 million car
Right.
that much?
Ooh, speaking of like dream cars, I know we were talking about that like earlier.
You know, I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, I do that 1969 Chevy Impala. That would be my dream car to
I
like
think
work on.
Matt's uncle's got a 67, I believe.
I love like those
Yeah, I
old
think it is a
car
67,
builds. Like I'm not. Some of the new cars are pretty cool, but
It goes to like
I'm very
one
old
and a
school.
half. You know what is one car that like all these like car people that like have millions of dollars because of like real estate or something,
Oh.
they all buy this car because of the fact of it keeps growing and growing in price, and it's becoming a very valuable car is the Mercedes SLR, because McLaren had a very big deal with making this car happen.
Mm.
So that's why it's so valuable, because McLaren has blown up into this huge car company with the Senna, the P1, the 720S, and they just have blown up into this crazy, insane. Like, have you seen a Senna? Look up the McLaren Center. Tell me that does not look like an alien spaceship driving down the road.
Dude, most McLarens be looking like some.
Oh, that one dream
cyberpunk
car of
type
yours
cars.
looks like
The P1?
yeah, it looks like a damn Batmobile.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I seen a purple one in Maryland.
I've only ever seen one white one. Never seen a Bugatti in person.
I've seen one of those. Those
You
look
want at the car
nice.
show?
Well, I meant like driving down the road.
Yeah, like oh my god.
It's like a spaceship.
Yeah.
And then if you sit in it, they've got windows in the door.
Mhm.
Like,
a semi.
So, like, it's got the window at your feet kind of in the door, and then the regular window, and then there's windows above you, and your windshield, and then there's a window in the middle so you can see that crazy wing.
There's this one.
Post Malone sold his to a YouTuber or something.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I seen that.
Mr. Beast giving away $3 million.
The Stradman that I was just telling you about, his 12 cars, he bought Post Malone's Urus.
Damn.
Yeah. Post Malone has some crazy cars too.
Dude,
Have you ever
you
seen
know-
his car collection? They're all white, but
Yeah.
they're crazy.
Like you know Gabriel.
Iglesias.
He's got all the Volkswagen.
Yes,
buses.
that's his name. Okay, I was thinking I'm like that fluffy dude, and then I was like, oh
Gabriel
wait, that's his
Iglesias.
name. Okay. I
So
thought it was like Gonzalez or something.
there, Post Malone has this one truck that is it's a Ford F-150 Shelby edition, and it's like got like stock like 750 horsepower or something crazy insane, but like it's like lowered. It's a single cab with a short bed like matte string, and it just rips. I mean, it's a Shelby
I
truck.
can see him
Yeah.
doing burnouts with it while he's like tripping. You know, he's just like smoking his cig and it's like flying.
He's got a Ford GT, I believe.
Ooh.
I believe. You know who you should look up is Manny Koshman's hypercar collection. He's a millionaire in real estate, and he's got a Hermes. This is like a very like we were talking about brands. You see all these Louis Vuitton, Michael Kors and stuff. Who do you know that owns a Hermes handbag? No one,
I don't
because
think I've
it's
ever
10
heard of
grand.
him.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Right. It's my point. So he has an Hermes edition Bugatti Chiron. That's like $5 million because the whole interior is done by Hermes. He's got an Hermes edition Pagani Huayra. You don't even know what the fuck that is, dude.
Nope.
Never. Too bougie for me.
Look that up because you'll go, what the fuck? That's a crazy insane car. He's got the matte. He's got that matte carbon McLaren P1 that I told you to look up. He's got an Hermes edition Bugatti Veyron. He's got a white and blue Bugatti Veyron. He's got I think he's got 3 Bugatti Veyrons. I could be wrong. But the Hermes one is a roadster, so it's got no top. He's got 9 Mercedes-Benz SLRs.
Yeah.
He's got a what was that? The movie that I was just talking about,
Ford
with
and
Ford and Ferrari. Whoever they made an edition of the Ford GT off of him, the Heritage Edition or whatever. He's got a 2020 Ford GT Heritage Edition with the carbon rims. He's got some McLaren Speedtail. You don't even know what that is, but it's a 3-seater, and the driver's seat's in the middle, and the 2 passengers are in the rear.
I actually want to see what that looks like.
He's got a Rolls-Royce Wraith or Ghost or something.
What was the McLaren called? The
Speedtail.
Is it the one that looks like a huge tricycle?
But he's pushing 25 cars. I couldn't even tell you all this guy.
I can't even push one.
It's like something out of like that movie Oblivion.
Or like Bond.
Yeah.
Or what was that one movie with Christian Bale? I mean, it was like a cyberpunk dystopian type movie. Like Total Equilibrium or something like that. Or I think it was just called Equilibrium.
Phone's
Get the Rona.
yeah, right.
Yeah, Equilibrium.
Yeah, that car would fit so well in that movie.
There's
It's on
some
HBO at
there's-
9:55 a.m.
some guys. I think they're like they own a real estate company together that live here in Ohio in like the Columbus area. And if you go on YouTube, it's called their YouTube page is the Triple F Collection or whatever, and they've got a LaFerrari. They've got. Do you know what that is?
No. I don't know what
He's
a
like,
Ferrari is.
yes.
A LaFerrari is like when Ferrari came and said we need a new hypercar because they make supercars and their hypercar was the Enzo and the F40. They go, we need a new hypercar. So they go, well, how about this? And they say, this is the LaFerrari. Okay, it's like a $2 million Ferrari that's just crazy insane, like kind of came out the same time around the McLaren P1. But look it up later. They've got like a LaFerrari, they've got, you're not going to know, a Koenigsegg, a Gara, they've got Koenigsegg, Jesko, they've got 3 or 4 different Bugattis, like I think like no, Koenigsegg is what I meant. And they've got like 2 or 3 different Bugattis. They got the Chiron, they've got the Veyrons, they've got all these hypercars. They've got Bugatti. It's insane on how many hypercars they have, and they live in Ohio.
Damn.
And then
Half of them are rusted.
the other ones are like, there's some guy that lives in Texas that has not as many hypercars, but he has like a $40 million house in Texas or whatever, and he's definitely a billionaire, but he won't say his net worth. And if you look him up, you can't find it. Chiron, Pagani, LaFerrari, Rolls Royce, and I think one more. But like, not that many. But there's so many people out there in real estate that get into cars because they get into these expensive cars because your $1 million car that you buy can be a $2 million car in 5 years.
Yeah.
Or a $3 million car. Like, if there's one Lamborghini, it's called the Lamborghini Murcielago. It is starting. When it was first released, it was like a $250,000 car. Not cheap. But lately, it's been on the upward rise of pushing $1 million. So all these people that have all these McLarens, I'm not McLarens, Murcielagos, they're starting to get a lot of value for them. But the ones that are getting the most value are the gated manuals. You know what gated means? They have the slots.
Yeah.
And you can see them. You go, okay, gated manual instead of like paddle shifting or like
Right.
automatic. And they're push the clutch in, move the gear, gated manual. And those are really pushing like $1 million right now.
Gotta get into the car stocks.
This is why I like my supercars and hypercars because as soon as you get in them, then your value for certain cars that you figure out start going up and up and up. Like the Porsche Carrera GT, I think it's that one.
I'll stick to my trucks.
$1 million. When Porsche sold it, it was $1 million, and now it's like $2 million.
Damn.
But it was made in like 03 or something. Until Tesla came out with the Plaid, I think.
Ooh, the Plaid.
I think the Plaid is currently the fastest 0 to 60 car.
It
with
is
like a
1.3 or
Oh,
is it?
wow! You look it up. Until they came out with that, the Porsche Carrera GT from like early 2000s was the fastest 0 to 60 car in the world with like 1.9.
Yeah.
No car was able to beat it until Porsche never even made a car to attempt to beat it. After they made it, they never even made a car to attempt to beat it because they were like, "How do we can't? There's no way we can do better than that.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right. It's 1.9.
What the
The Tesla play.
okay, so then the Carrera GT is probably like 2.1, 2.2.
That's still fast as hell.
But that's 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. You know, and then the Corvette C8 Corvette's like 2.8 now. Like all these cars are getting faster and faster and faster. Like Bugatti had the Chiron super speed that came out and it broke 300 miles per hour. It was the first car to break 300 miles per hour. And then not even like 2 months later, someone comes out and goes 350 miles per hour with a factory car. They went 350 one way and like 318 the other, so they split it in the middle like at 331 or something. And they said that was
Corvette C8 06 2.6.
okay. I was close. But like not like, but it was crazy that when Bugatti did it, because that was like Bugatti was like the first one to like break 200 or something, all with the Veyron. And the Veyron was the fastest car in the world, and then the Chiron was the fastest car in the world for a little bit, and then the title got stolen away for some random brand that no one knew about. Someone want to look this up to fact check me because I don't remember the name.
He's gonna be your fact checker.
And normally our fact checker used to be Matt.
He has his little
Let me
laptop
look
out.
Fastest car in the world currently. Fastest top speed car in the world currently.
He could really have his own show just talking about cars.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I'm intrigued. Like half the stuff he said, I was like, I've never heard of that, but that sounds pretty interesting.
What the fuck? I remember this. The SSC to Atara with 331. I was right. 331 miles per hour and a record-setting average of 316. Oh, I was wrong. The average is 316, but they went 331. Going
Oh shit.
which is crazy to think about because
These are
McLaren.
car
I mean, Bugatti only went like 303 or 305 or something, and then they come out and go 331 miles per hour. Some random brand, like they probably sold cars in like other places and like had like different models and stuff, but they bring out this SSC, whatever, and just all the right aerodynamics to go as fast as mechanically possible that we can, while still being on the ground with enough downforce to not go too fast that we're just gonna lift the front end and then we're gonna be flying in the air.
Right.
But we're gonna fly for a second, then go boom, and then wreck everywhere. You have to have that perfect happy medium where you can go fast enough cutting through the air, but still have enough downforce to keep you on the ground, but not too much downforce to slow you down that you can't surpass that speed.
Yeah.
So we have all these cars going faster and faster and faster. Where's the limit? Some people are saying the limit is that 350. There's no possible way that we can go faster than 350 miles per hour.
I don't know, because there's a lot of good engineers out there nowadays, especially like
Well,
the young ones.
Safely,
Like,
I'm saying.
yeah.
People have engineered cars that go 700 miles per hour because they run off of a jet engine. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have done it before. But I'm saying a natural car mirrors all the stuff of a regular factory-made car that is going to be produced, maybe not hundreds of thousands of times, but a couple hundred or like 10 to 20 cars that are made to go that fast.
Yeah, you know, some tech in Silicon Valley is probably thinking how he can do that right now.
They're all thinking, how can we make an engine to go that fast? But the thing is, you can make the engine, and it can have enough horsepower to possibly make that happen. But how do we make the gear setting to transfer that power to the wheels, but not have the wheels fall off by going so fast, by not having the differential to transfer the power by going that fast, and transfer the speed, and all this stuff comes into play, have the drivetrain to do it, and at the same time have enough downforce and enough aerodynamic cut through and enough air getting to the engine so the engine doesn't blow up because it's getting too hot, and enough cooling and all this stuff, what fuel we use and all this comes into play, what tires do we use for grip so that we don't wreck and we can actually go that speed.
That coffee's
That's-
really working for him now.
That's why it has taken so many years to break 200 and now so many years to break 300.
What's it?
Where's going to be the limit though?
Yeah.
That a factory can produce a car where it won't fly in the air and wreck.
Probably.
I mean, you see it in NASCAR all the time.
Yeah.
These cars flying up in the air from hitting like one wrong bump, you know,
Mm-hmm.
going 200 miles per hour. So how is it safe to make and produce these cars for people to buy? There's so many legal reasons that you
it's
can't
like,
do
what
that.
I could
why
see
would you
for,
even
like-
get a car that's
So-
like 300 miles an hour?
Just
What
to
I
have
could-
it and sit in your garage.
What I could see in the
Yeah.
future when it comes to like NASCAR and stuff like that.
I don't think NASCAR is going faster than 200 because the tracks can't handle it.
Yeah, they'd need longer
Well,
tracks. Or
Like the
wider
fastest
tracks.
like 228 or something on a track.
A magnetic track and wheels that
But then hold on. I like the idea,
Like Tron.
but how is that now? That can be manipulated so easily for cheating. Instead
That's
of
true.
now, just racers have to be their cars are inspected before they go on the track, so everyone is at the same playing field, so that no one has more horsepower than someone else, so that they're faster than someone else on the track, so they have a bigger advantage.
Yeah.
Everyone is at the same spec when they go on because that's how they keep it a fair fight. That it takes skill to win rather than just speed.
Because like you said, like
You
with
can
the-
manipulate the magnets so then someone isn't slow. Someone gets slowed down, and then you just ruined someone's whole race, and you took the whole
They could rig a
part of-
lot of games.
you
with
took
that.
the whole part of skill out of it.
Yeah.
So, and everyone with being a magnetic track, there's so much skill involved in that perfect timing on when you come from the top of the track down and cut down at what angle you take to go to the bottom left hand of the track, right on the line, but a little over, a little not on the line, to take that perfect angle to go around the turn to come, and then what's that angle that you leave out of the turn to go back up to the top of the track for the fastest line around the track. The fastest line around the track is the inside line, but how do you keep the car going 200 consistently? You can't take the inside line that whole time because you're not going to get the right angle to come into the turn if you stay on the inside. That's why they come up to the top of the turn to take the right angle to go down into the middle and into that turn at that perfect apex. If you ever have been to Daytona, I know you haven't, like the track. You've probably been to Daytona.
Yeah.
The track.
We're going
It's
to
like-
NASCAR, boy.
It's like a 45-degree angle, the slant that the cars ride on at the turn. Like it's so hard to walk up. Like
Jeez.
when you get to the top of the track, you've got to like you can hold the barrier and you're like standing at an angle like this, like almost parallel to the ground because the angle is so high
Damn.
for the cars to travel on. So, but they have to have the downforce. If you ever look at a NASCAR car, they've got all these little not plastic, but like, they are plastic. Pieces that are like held up on one side that by like metal things that hold it into the body that help with drag specifically for specific tracks. To reduce drag and like redirect air in a different way. People have gotten insane with these engineering and how to do it.
And next thing you know, people are gonna start making, like motorcycles, but it's not a motorcycle. It's like a vehicle where you just lay on it, and then it's so aerodynamically engineered to where you can just.
Someone's made a diesel motorcycle.
What?
Oh,
The Diesel
I
Brothers.
like those paracopters where it's just a seat with like a huge propeller and you just sit in there and fly up.
Mm.
Those
They-
are so much fun.
Some company. You gotta fact check me. It's
Jared, we're gonna need a fact check.
it's in Europe, I believe, but they have designed a car that has propellers that come out, which Elon Musk said that will not work. And Elon Musk said it'll work to have the car fly, But when you are landing in a populated area, all the downforce from those propellers are going to push things and ruin things.
Yeah, it's gonna push like people's bikes over.
When a helicopter lands,
You
a
feel
helicopter lands on a rooftop, or they land in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
You know, they don't land on a street because there's so much downforce from the propeller. That's why Elon Musk said it is not.
Pedestrians are gonna be.
It'll
flying
work,
by.
but it is not a viable option for flying.
Yeah.
I mean, for a car to fly.
I
And
feel
then
like
you
it'd
can't
be a
use
little rough too, like landing.
Yeah.
It'd just be like.
And then you can't use a jet engine either to like propel you up, because that same thing is the downforce problem. He said flying cars is not a reasonable idea, just for the point of downforce and then how much force it takes to fly 3,000 pounds
I feel
or
like you
more,
need
5,000 pounds.
I feel like you need like good suspension for that.
I mean,
Like I mean, if it falls down at like a certain angle, it will kind of.
but why are airports so remote and like no one really lives around an airport?
Yeah.
For that reason. You know,
Yeah,
it
I
just
mean, they have a
disturbs
whole
so
strip.
many things.
Yeah. We're gonna need a lot of landing strips.
Right. And then what happens if we did have flying cars and they're just easily accessible to all these humans and all these people in the world?
We're gonna have air.
We're going to have air problems. That's why we have air traffic control right now for airplanes, because most airplanes can't really communicate to each other. They can communicate if air traffic control like helps them hook up and stuff so
Yeah,
that
there's
they
a
can
lot
talk.
of frequencies bouncing around.
Right, but when there's a storm out or something. Well, not a storm. But when it's dark out, they're really just directed by air traffic control and then the lights on the ground.
Yeah.
They
Like imagine if it was a foggy
How are you
day.
supposed to know where another airplane is without air traffic control directing a plane saying?
Cause like there's also drones.
Right.
Like imagine a drone just zooming by. You can't hear it either.
No.
It doesn't pick up, you know,
But
because it's stealth. You
Right.
know?
That's why you're not allowed to flashlights in their eyes or lasers in planes'
Yeah,
eyes
industrial
because
laser.
there's just
Big.
problems with it. And then to have cars flying in that same way, like there has to be an elevation limit, and then there has to be no fly zones, and all these people have to then follow these rules and all that, and then we have to somehow
And the
make
air
a road.
tickets.
Right. But
Or what would happen if you run out of gas while you're up there?
I think they need like an emergency parachute. You're like, you are out of gas.
You got the
Right.
broke brother. I
So-
don't get paid until Friday.
Yeah.
But the thing with them is these airplanes, when air traffic control tells them, hey, go higher because you're in the same path as another plane, or go lower by 10,000 feet, or go higher by 10,000 feet than the other plane, it's to make that clearing and not have any mistakes.
Like there was this one incident in I believe in an Australian airport where
Did you find
two
that?
planes literally like crashed into each other before liftoff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what do people died? I was like, shit, man. But yeah, that was because they didn't have that clearing space, and they were just like, yeah, just go for it, you know.
Yeah.
I need to fact check
If-
that too.
But what's crazy is that it's more dangerous to drive your car every day than it is to fly in a plane.
Right.
I still don't believe in that. I'm still terrified of airplanes.
I like airplanes. They're not bad. They're a great way to travel.
Oh yeah.
I'm just afraid of heights. I am not a heights
Okay.
person.
I'm terrified of heights.
Heights and murky
Roller
water.
coasters terrify me.
I do not like murky water. That is
Oh,
a
I
scary
don't
feeling.
care about that.
If I can't see
I
what's
was a
underneath
swimmer.
me in the water, I am terrified.
I was a swimmer though, so I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I could swim. It's just like that unknown feeling if you're probably swimming out there and there's probably something like massive underneath you, just like.
Well, then the other thing is, when I was in Miami and like a 6-foot shark swam past me. Oh, that's a shark. And just slowly went back to shore. I have a video of the shark on my phone. I'll show you after the podcast.
Oh my god.
But it was like, oh, hey. And then I told the lifeguard, he's like, oh yeah, his name's Freddie.
Hey guys, Freddy, go.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
He's like, that's my
man.
dog. You know, let him swim around you for a second.
Yeah,
He's totally friendly. He's a lemon shark.
he was.
He's a mako.
He was a 6 foot long lemon shark.
Oh yeah, those ones are like the most
Yeah,
docile.
yeah. But he was like, yeah, he comes like every day. Like, oh, cool, thanks.
He just
Appreciate it.
Thanks for
Glad
letting me
there was
know
a
now.
sign to let everyone
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, like
Freddy's
you know,
workout.
what was crazy was we were out, like it was me, my mom, my stepdad. We were out on a sandbar, and then like I'm facing towards the ocean, and they're facing towards the land. We're just sitting there talking. And to get back to land, it's like there's like a 10-foot area. It's like 10 foot deep in one area for a good amount of water. So you can't walk, so you're just swimming. You've got to swim through like probably like 20 yards of area that it's too deep to walk. So they go, what? They said, what's happening? Because, and I go, what do you mean? They go, and I turn around and everyone's on land. I'm like, oh no. And then
Did you get like pulled out to sea?
and then what?
Did you get like pulled out to sea?
No, everyone's on land, and we're like on this sandbar that like we swam out to and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just sitting there because we're like it's a sandbar. No one's out there, and like we're allowed to be out there. They don't care, and we're just wanting to be away from people and stuff. So I turn around and see everyone's like swimming to land or already on land. I'm like, there's a shark.
You're like, what?
Yeah, I couldn't hear them, but I was like, oh no.
Man.
And I look to my right, and I just see a black figure going across the ground. I'm like, oh! And then it goes
man.
past, and it circles around, and I'm now swimming at my fastest capacity. But the shark and me are going at the same angle that I'm going to surpass the shark.
Oh,
But
no.
we're going to meet at the same time at like an intersection where it's too deep for me to touch the ground. So I'm swimming. And my mom's like yelling at me like, I can't hear you, but like I'm not stopping. I can't hear her, but I'm not stopping. My head's out of the water because I'm not putting my face in salt water.
Yeah, it just hurts.
Well, it's bad for your skin, so.
Salt water is actually like filtered salt water is good for your skin.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
but
a
I'm saying
certain
like
amount.
for your face, you have more open pores usually in your face than you do.
Your skin will dry out real quick.
Right. So I'm trying to keep my head out of the water, but I'm swimming like in the best competitive swimmer fashion that I can. And my stepdad can swim, but he can like barely swim because like well, he's 50.
Yeah.
You know. So and he's grown up on boats and stuff, so he knows how to swim. But like he wasn't like a competitor swimmer or anything. Neither was my mother. But like my mom knows how to swim better than he does. And I don't know. But my mom's like, "You're swimming into the shark." I'm like, I can't hear that. I just kept swimming, and then the shark went underneath me, and I was like, like I saw it. Then I was like, and I'm just keep swimming and swimming. Then I get to the land, and like we're fine, and like my mom, my stepdad made it, no injuries or anything. We go tell the lifeguard, oh, that's pretty. Oh, okay, and then some lady, some girl, I want to say girl, but she's a woman from London. She's like 25. She's some model or something. I don't know. Went out to the sandbar where he was swimming and like recorded the shark with her phone, and then like we went back up to the sandbar, and then like she's like, oh yeah, and like started talking to us, and like again some model like
Probably
with no boyfriend.
One of those Instagram ones. You're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be attacked by a shark.
Oh, I have her Snapchat.
Puts
So-
the filter on, you know.
So, she said, well, I have the video on Snapchat. I can send it to you. So, because Mike was like, she sent me the video. And she goes, I have it on Snapchat. And he goes, I can get it. So I gave her my snap. She sent it to me, and I was like, so I got the video. But she didn't do that great of a job in filming it. But she used her freaking phone. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah. Was it on a selfie stick too?
No.
Alright,
That was her hand in water.
I was gonna say, you gotta love those videos. You're trying to watch something and you just see the person with the selfie stick. Look,
But
look!
you could tell she was from London, big time.
Because of the accent,
Yeah.
teeth.
Her teeth were tap dancing. She's like, oh, we got free healthcare.
No,
baby, bro.
she looked like she got her teeth done.
All right, good.
I mean, she was in Miami. She said she was in Miami for a shoot. So like, I would assume.
Yeah, I'd hope so. No one wants to be like, look, Mom, that's the model I want. You see those teeth?
Well, she
Like
was there
everything's
for a
completely
shoot.
fine but the teeth.
She said she was there for a shoot and then just vacation. That's why she was at the beach.
Nice. And those of you listening, if you happen to know anyone or if you're from the UK, we're not making fun of the teeth, just we'd prefer nice teeth.
They've got amazing
I was
accents.
making fun of the teeth.
Yeah, I love British
Would
shit.
you
I have
like
no
some
excuse.
tea?
I think
Oh my god.
we're not gonna do.
Let me see this.
So, for you guys to know, again, our schedules don't match up a lot this week. So we were supposed to record 2 episodes tonight. The one was gonna go up tonight. It was gonna be an hour long. We're pushing 2 hours on the first episode.
We need to make sure that's still rolling.
So we're going to do just do 1 episode, and we'll either release it tonight or tomorrow night.
I'd say
If
middle
you
of
guys don't see it, well, when you guys see this episode, you're either gonna see it tonight or tomorrow night, and it's gonna be weird for us because I don't know how to reference that for you guys.
the right.
Because tonight could be Wednesday, and me saying tomorrow night could still be Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow night, Wednesday for us, but it's tonight for you guys if we release it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if we release it tonight and just say we're not doing any other episode because it's 2 hours long,
Told you, 1 super episode.
we plan on doing 2 episodes. I think.
But
I didn't know this was supposed to be a super episode.
Yeah, I know.
With a mega
I haven't been here
episode.
for a week. I need to do a lot of. I need.
I'm
to
down,
sit
dude.
So-
I'm caffeinated.
It's not
ready
like
to
you guys
go.
have my phone number or anything.
so
Hey, I texted you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Alright,
coming.
one second, one second.
I'm going home in like I'm going to Hunter's in 15 minutes.
It's still recording, but it's only an hour and a half.
oh.
I thought we were pushing 2 hours.
So to circle.
I need to get some water then.
So-
We gotta push another 30 minutes.
So to
You're fine.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I could keep going. Like we could go for another episode. Man.
So to
I
circle.
gotta work at 4:30.
To circle to what we should have did when we first started. How have you been since you were last on? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been mostly working. Been trying to get into new styles of art. Bought a 7-string electric. I've been learning some Korn songs.
Nice.
I was like, it's very hard because I'm used to 6 strings and that 7th string being there. It's like the neck is also wider, so when I play, I have to like
Really chunk grab it.
and like I have like carpal tunnel in this hand, so I have to wear a brace all the time. But sometimes the brace isn't flexible enough to go like that, so it's just painful the whole time. I'm like, I'm not playing that 7th string.
Right.
Though it is fun. Like I got a 15-watt Kratos.
Have we only been recording
Yeah, mind you,
for
this
an hour and a half?
Kratos is probably the best amps I've ever played. Those
Really?
and Fenders.
Oh yeah, fenders are nice.
Yeah, they're always reliable. But I got this little 15-watt crate amp, and that thing could push past like something that would be like a traditional 30-watt. Like it was loud. I was like, I want to get like
What?
I don't know. I've
one
lost
of
4
those
weeks.
huge cabinets. You know those like
What's the problem?
that thing
is
would be.
that
Oh my god.
my good players have been on bye week for the
But
past.
yeah,
4
other than
weeks.
that,
I can get like a good player
I
in,
need
but
to
then another one comes out, and then
work
I'm
on
gonna
my
like
Jeep.
reframe my
What I
team,
was
and then I just got
showing
Christian
you, and,
McCaffrey back. So
Speak up a little
we're
bit.
working
Yeah,
it in
over there.
somehow. Dalvin Cook hasn't been performing as the way I wanted
But
him
yeah,
to when I picked him up from you.
Supposed to get drum lessons soon too.
Nice.
Is it not picking up?
Oh no,
Oh,
just
I'm sorry. I haven't talked in a week.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Like I haven't been here in a minute either, but I'm just kind of like there's like 10 different things
I know.
and I'm over
it's-
here like we have a guest for a reason.
I'm sorry. It's just
No, you're good. Keep
I
going, man.
wanted to do the podcast because Hunter and I always have so much to talk about, and like to put it on a platform that can possibly grow into something is very big for me. And like I enjoy doing it. So to miss like almost 2 weeks of it, because when we recorded the week prior, we recorded like Monday and like Tuesday. So I've almost gone 2 weeks without doing any like major talking of putting it out there for people, and it's
Jordan.
I'm deprived.
Jordan's face. He's got that look of just shoot me.
Hey,
We need to get
chose
Matt back up.
Oh,
in
I know.
That first episode I did with you guys, that one was so much fun.
We gotta get Matt to want to do it.
You want Matt back? So
yeah, it was like he had some good inputs and
So,
the stuff
yeah.
we were talking about.
Matt had really good inputs for topics and stuff, and he's very good at. He's got a really good knowledge base on a lot of topics, not just like a couple here and there.
Vehicles.
He's got,
Music.
but he's got a wide
90s
span
old.
of knowledge for all these topics and stuff. He doesn't like the camera.
No, sometimes that kind of like when you were asking me like the first or third question of that video, I was sitting there like drawing blanks. I'm like, wait, what did he say? I was like, shit.
But-
Because I just remembered I was being recorded. So
Right.
It's like playing an instrument, and then you're like, all right, I got this down. And then you click the record button, and you're like, I forgot how to play it. Even though you've been playing it for like 2 hours straight.
But now you've been on the podcast once already, so you kind of understand it a little bit. And then to come here today, you seem more relaxed and like quicker to answer and stuff.
Yeah, less
Because-
dehydrated.
Right.
Last time I was walking through like 90-degree weather.
Right. And now Matt, we did a lot. We've done a lot of talking after podcasts, as we all know that.
Yeah.
And just for people like that, they don't need to know and stuff. So one thing is that Matt said, like, at first he said, I'm very uncomfortable. I don't like the recording of my voice, and like sometimes I'm here and like I'm okay with it, and then sometimes I can come and I'm just not okay with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I understand that. I'm here, there too, but I've kind of gotten through that point now. Like, there's 23 episodes of me talking out there.
Yeah.
If someone wants to know something about me, they've got 23 episodes of knowledge that they can figure out about me.
Yeah,
At this
that's
point,
true.
I don't care. Matt's been on 15 episodes or whatever.
But like you also have a point there, like with if like let's say you don't like your voice, or if, like let's say you're like, oh, what if someone doesn't like my voice or the video? It's like, well, they should just not watch
Right.
the video.
Then don't watch it. Don't
Yeah,
watch it. If you don't like the way I look, then leave. If you don't like the way my voice sounds, then leave.
It's like, you know,
If
they
they
have
don't
like
like the way I look, they just jealous because I'm beautiful.
If they don't like
Amen.
the topics I talk about, then don't listen. I mean,
yeah, like you know how they have like a down button, like you could like a video and then dislike a video. It's like, well, if you dislike it, just don't.
If you don't like
watch
how I
it again.
tuck my shirt into my pants, then leave.
Yeah.
well, we're best friends. There's a difference. But the thing about that I was saying about Matt is that you've already done all these episodes with your voice out there, and he did 1 or 2 or 3 maybe with his face in it, and he felt very uncomfortable with that. I think because it was kind of like he was kind of already starting to feel okay with his voice being out there, but he was never one to post pictures on Instagram or Snapchat stories or anything with his face out there, because he really hid his body, because I think it's something more subconscious.
It could be just like
Right.
an anxiety thing, because
Right.
I'm like that. with
Well,
me a
and
lot.
something happened in high school that he had to go on like antidepressant or something, which I feel like I should not be sharing this knowledge. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we're recording that.
I'm like telling his whole life story. I feel like an asshole, but I'm gonna continue.
Like, well, we've gone too far.
I've gone way too far at
The,
this
the
point.
ship is already sinking. Might as well go through with it. Add some more water.
So he is very kind of here or there, and I feel like he can be. We about to die on this or something?
You're getting close to it.
I don't even know what percent my phone's at. Love. Hey. Antidepressant. Okay. All right. So I think something that happened in high school that started to make him really feel self-conscious, and he's been doing things to help him. Like he goes for like drives by himself. I'm like, hey, bro, what are you doing? And he goes,
I mean,
I just wanted to go for a drive.
Yeah,
And,
no.
like,
Sometimes
he
you need
copes
that.
with
though.
music and stuff, but sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah,
If
like,
that's the way that helps you cope and stuff.
like get yourself a long drive. Get something nice to drink. Non-alcoholic.
Right.
Just go for a ride. Blast some music. Smoke a cig.
You don't drink alcohol while you drive?
Oh, yeah, totally.
With my 6 DUIs, like, yeah, man.
But I don't want to tell his whole life story, but I feel like I already have.
You always
It
have
was
to.
something to do with, so I have to hide my mouth so they don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm
It's like
saying.
the subtitles we put in for the video.
Because every time I tell him, hey bro, remove that, he never does. But
Like that's what makes these podcasts great. It's like uncut, raw, and it's just like,
we try our best to make it as much uncut and raw as possible, but when something slips, it's like, that's gonna get us screwed over.
I mean, at least we're not
Right.
talking about religion or politics.
Right.
Because I know that's a very controversial area.
If Matt doesn't listen to the podcast as it is, but if he were to come and like just randomly pick this episode, he'd call me out and I'd be a complete asshole. But I don't care. Whatever.
You're like, I can take it.
Who gives a damn?
Right. Matt's one to complain over as it is.
Here's his birth certificate.
I feel like I'm just shitting on him this whole time for the past 15 minutes.
Gonna have a
But all I'm
intervention
trying to do is
podcast.
come all the way back and bring it into the circle of saying all this has happened to him in the past that I think he's become very self-conscious and he's doing things like with his hair and meeting new girls all the time and stuff to kind of find a happy place for him to make him not feel as self-conscious anymore. And I think because he's self-conscious, he doesn't like being on camera because he thinks like, oh, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I think I'm ugly, and all this stuff that I think that makes him think that I shouldn't be on camera.
Boy jerks off to the Food Channel.
What? What?
Wow, look at
You
that.
don't think
Biscuits and gravy.
you don't think Hunter when he
Relax, Browns.
when Hunter goes to the swimming pool, he doesn't take his shirt off.
No,
At all.
no, like remember when I used to be like ghostly thin,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I was like 90 pounds, 110 pounds. Yeah, I would still go to a pool or like like the rec center and swim with the shirt on. I don't know why. It's like I wasn't fat at all or anything. I was just conscious. you know, really
But
self-conscious
it's something
about
that
shit.
you have to work through and get over. Not saying like that's not like it's okay. Like that's what you want to do. That's what you're gonna do. But to
Wait,
peak
where was
to-
that advice when he'd see me in the locker room? He lifeguards there. He'd always be like, "You're wearing a shirt again? Loser, what is this for? Go on!"
He does that big
because
red thing that
it's
says
just-
lifeguard at you.
because it's
Hits
just
me with the
a tube, my tube.
yeah.
Tube, yeah.
It's just like because it has been seen as now a normal thing for guys to go into a pool without a shirt on and your swim trunks. It's just it's been normalized.
Yeah, like
In society.
social cues are so weird.
So
like they're
when people see people with a shirt on, they go, well, they're self-conscious. Like that's what automatically goes into their head, which is so messed up. But I mean, I've definitely done it in the past, but I'm now like matured and realize that like
I mean,
people
yeah,
are
when,
going
when,
through their
when
own
you're
things.
young, you're young.
like people are going through their own things and like they're gonna have to deal with it on the way. If you're my best freaking friend, you're going to hear the honest truth from me.
Oh yeah.
When I tell you that you tuck your shirt into your sweatpants, not just a regular shirt, a flannel over top of a shirt
Probably
that you
very
tuck
comfortable.
into your
It is.
sweatpants, you look like you're a 60-year-old man because I can see your
Comfy
gut.
60-year-old man.
I can see it. That's why I was like, bro, you have to untuck that shirt. If it was a normal shirt with jeans and a belt, fine.
Well, you see, I'm at home, so I don't care.
Yeah, no.
But we're about to
he
go
has
on
a point.
camera.
I got this in the way, and then I put my
Yeah.
knees up.
Be standing here like can't see his foot now. We gotta hide it.
But
just a big bar right here.
I have to be honest with you, and if fat shaming is how I have to do it to make you feel bad about yourself, I'm going to.
Next thing you know, like husky people in the comments are gonna go after you like, oh, fat shaming.
There's gonna be a riot about it.
I do it. I'm going to clear this with them. You guys can talk all the crap to me that you want. It's not gonna hurt me at the end of the day. But the only reason I mess with him is because he is my best friend and he can take it. Just the same way that he does it to me.
Oh, how cute.
Cue the sitcom.
He's supposed to be going to the gym, but he stopped.
No,
Same
I
with
feel
me,
that
but
though. Like sometimes
life
I'm just
happens.
Like, yeah.
So
Sometimes I'm just like, I need to
So
go to the gym,
do I,
but I
but
don't want to.
I also wake up at 3:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning.
well then
I did
screw it. Wake up at 2:30. Go to the gym. Come on, Jordan. How are you supposed to podcast till 10:30 at night? Wake up at 2:30.
Damn.
He's like, I got my gun in my car right now. If I run out, I'm grab.
I see now how we listen to these podcasters that have 3-4 hour long episodes. I see how they do it now.
Yeah.
Because
Joe Rogan.
right, I see because Joe Rogan's on another level. He
Yeah.
releases like 4 podcasts a week that are each like 3 hours long. He's on another level. I'm talking like those people that do 1 episode a week and it's like 3 hours long. I can see how they do that because we do 2 hours, but in 2 videos a week. We break it up a little bit. Not doing 2 hours in 1 episode. You get a lot more for your bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I listen to a podcast, I don't get past like 20 minutes.
Oh,
No,
so
I
you're one of the half goers too, huh?
Nah, I got.
Yeah, but they also got millions of views.
I put him in my ear. And I just go.
Like, for example, the Joe Rogan podcast, the only one that I've listened to the whole way through was the one he did with Rob Zombie, because the stuff they were talking about was so crazy, but, like, so interesting. I was just kept watching. I'm like, this is like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour podcast, but they were talking about some cool stuff.
The only ones I've watched fully through on Joe Rogan because I like Joe Rogan, but some people some episodes that he does I just can't listen to.
Yeah. Like
I
the
just
one with
can't
Kanye.
Right. But the only ones that I've fully listened through have been Elon Musk, both of his, because I think what he talks about, the words that come out of his mouth are just so
I love the memes that come from
inspiring
him.
and so like he has so much intelligence that it's ridiculous. The way that he wraps his head around things too is crazy, mind blowing.
He's a rapper. I've checked out his bangers.
Who, Elon?
Yeah, and I was like, man, this guy sounds fried. Who is this? And it's like, made by Elon Musk. I'm like, the Elon Musk. Okay.
But he's like, he surpassed what's his face for like a day, in being the richest man in the world.
Steve Jobs.
No,
Not Steve Jobs. Bill Gates.
No. Who's the owner of Amazon?
Oh,
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff
Well,
Bezos.
Well, he accidentally. He actually sold Amazon, so he's not the owner no more.
When did this happen?
That's what I heard.
Since he reached the billions.
Since his wife left him.
He's like 350
He's like,
billion.
left
Oh,
me.
that might have.
So
Yeah,
much stuff.
I think that's right because when he got divorced, it was earlier this year.
Yeah.
I think they had to split the company or something, and they just agreed on selling it. But I don't know who they sold it to. What if it was Elon?
Foolish move, Jeff. You should have taken it all home then.
But that's what happened to Steve Jobs.
True.
I'm not Steve Jobs. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. I always mix
owner of Microsoft.
and then Steve Jobs was Apple, right?
He just had a divorce. Yeah. Steve Jobs was dumb. What happened? He's very, very intelligent. I'm not gonna say he wasn't dumb. I mean, he wasn't intelligent because he was very, very intelligent. He was dumb about his health.
Yeah.
Because he did not care about his body in the way that Andy Jassy,
I don't know who that is.
sharing Amazon CEO from Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, who shared as the CEO of Amazon 27 years ago on July 5th. Andy Jassy officially takes over as Amazon CEO from Jeff Bezos. So maybe he was like the co-founder or something. When the billionaire got
Pull out my
divorced in
cock really
2019, he transferred
Can I touch your cock?
19.7 million Amazon shares, a
Has
quarter of
beautiful
his
cock.
stake
Do what I
that
can with it.
was then worth
Treats me
36
well.
billion to his
2300.
ex-wife.
That's a lot of
It
loads
was the
for one cock.
okay.
And it's for roofing too.
No, we're not going again.
We're not
with
doing
the
cock again. No. So all right.
You guys
What was
done
I?
cock
What was I
before?
just going on about?
Tell me more.
I was
Do
going on
cock all
about.
the time.
Who was I going on about? Which?
Elon Musk.
The cock broke is a constant.
What-
Amazon.
It was something about Elon.
About him being so intelligent.
No.
Being able to
No.
wrap his
Steve
face.
Jobs. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs didn't care about his
Okay,
health.
so he didn't care about his health in the way that he died is in such a particular way that it is a very curable thing. He had, no, I almost said prostate cancer.
I could see it though.
He had what's that one organ in your body that if it ruptures,
Colon.
no,
Pancreas?
pancreatic cancer.
Just said that.
I couldn't hear you. You gotta.
Oh, you
you
said
can't-
pancreatic.
You like covering your mouth. So he had pancreatic cancer, right?
Patriotic.
Whatever.
It was so noble.
So
We do this for the body.
he could have had the organ transplant months because he knew for so many months before he died that it was crazy that he could have had the organ transplant and then he could have been on chemo and he could have gotten a new organ
And he was rich as hell, so it's like
Right, and then he
gotten
could
the
have-
best.
and his chemo would have gone by really quickly because he found out really early in the stages, and he just kept working and said no and did not get cured or anything. And then within the last couple weeks before he died, there was an anonymous donation of $47 million to the organ charity, and he randomly got a whatever it's called,
Pancreas.
transplant. And then it still wasn't enough because he died like 2 weeks later. Because he waited so long.
Yeah, it didn't work in time.
He waited way too long. But he donated anonymously. It was him that donated $47 million that he would have waited. If it happened to one of us, we would have to wait in a long line.
Yeah, at that point we'd just
Right, we
die.
would have died. But for him, he donated $47 million, jumped first to line, and got one that same day.
Damn,
then-
the organ harvesters really be doing their job real well.
Man, you know that kid sitting in that bed waiting for his appointment that day was probably like, all right, so Billy, you know how you were going to get that new organ today? Yeah! You're going to have to wait until next week. What?
I die in
What?
like 2 days. Oh,
What percentage
next
is it at?
week.
What? You know what percentage my phone's at? Appreciate it.
Is it still going?
It's still going. You have like 5 minutes left to get hit and 2 hours.
But what's the percentage at?
Like 40.
Oh, okay. That's what I care about.
But he was also a big hippie, too.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't.
Yeah, he apparently when he came up with the Macintosh idea, he was in like India or like Malaysia
Yeah.
doing LSD with like his colleagues, and then he was like, I have an idea
He's
for
probably
something.
tripping on acid
So-
all the time.
But what's crazy is that. She told me to sleep on the couch. Just kidding. Not go to her house tonight.
Married couple.
Basically. But what's crazy is, speaking of like billionaires, is that Jeff Bezos got divorced in early or late 2019, whenever it just said, and it was saying online that he was the biggest divorce in history. With like, she got $36 billion worth of the company, because it was like half of what the company was worth at the time, and she got 19.7 million shares for the
Oh my
company.
God.
Like, it was crazy.
It was the cost Most cost divorce in history.
So how is
Not
he
even the Kanye and Kim thing. That was like 60 million right there, just for the divorce.
36 billion?
Oh, billion. Oh, I didn't hear you, man. 36 billion. That's like solving every cancer plus world hunger.
And 19.7 million shares. What? Hold on, let me see. How much is
An
it?
Amazon share is like $3,000 right now. But that was in 2019.
Be careful with that pick. That's my favorite one.
Oh.
let me see
So if Jeff Bezos isn't the owner of Amazon, the only company that I know that he owns is the company in the air race. I mean the space race, which is blue something.
Mm.
I don't know.
Look
Looks like a red rocket to me, Jim.
So Amazon
No,
was
someone will get
$1,700 back in 2000.
Yeah, now it's like 3,000-4,000. So what that tells me is that if Jeff Bezos sold Amazon, how much did he sell Amazon for? It's gonna be a ridiculous number. But there's no way she sold the shares yet. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you that number.
Yeah.
$33 billion, 490 million. So basically she got she got $70 billion from you.
Damn.
What was the other question? How much?
How much did he sell Amazon for? Because I think he's still the owner, but not the CEO. Because I didn't think he sold it. I thought he just gave the CEO basically running the business rights to someone else.
Yeah, because there's a video recently where the guy...
There's no way he sold Amazon.
Yeah, because recently there was a video where Jeff Bezos is just out living, and guy goes up to him, he's like, dude, big fan of Amazon. Jeff's like, thanks. He's like, so, if I'm a Prime member, and he's like, look, I don't deal with that anymore.
Well, yeah, because he gave someone else the CEO in 2019 when he went through the divorce and everything.
Was the divorce really in 2019? I thought it was in 2020.
Sort of.
Because that's when Bill Gates...
It maybe went through, finally.
Yeah.
Finished.
It probably started in 2019.
Or did you guys see the video of how Bill Gates' new girlfriend, or not Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos' new girlfriend was like all
Just show
over
shares.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh,
Okay,
I wouldn't doubt it though. It's Leonardo DiCaprio,
Right.
You know?
So
If it was Ryan Reynolds, we'll send it.
So he just gave. So what happened is, I'm going to assume this just off of what he's finding right now, because this is how most businesses work, is that when a CEO builds a business so large, and they finally just want to take a break and step back, they point the co-CEO or whatever it is, the CFO, to then be the CEO. And then now that person is in charge of running the business and making all these business decisions, but they are on a paid salary. And since the old CEO stepped down and is now just the owner, he still reaps from all of the income and money, right? So he still gets all this large amount of money coming to him, and why he's the richest man in the world from Amazon as being Jeff Bezos. And now he's touching into the space race with. Can you look up which company that is that he?
Man, they're still having that the space race?
Well, Jeff Bezos. Between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos.
Oh man, Elon Musk is
With
like,
SpaceX with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos with, it's like Blue Orbital or something. I don't know.
I wonder if they're still gonna go to Mars in 3 years.
Elon Musk is.
Blue Origin.
I was close. Blue Origin. I said Blue Orbital.
it was very close.
Yeah.
The
Right.
O was there.
Yeah, the O and the R.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, I know some stuff. All right, I'm not a complete idiot.
Blue Oregon.
So, at the Jeff Bezos
Blue
company is
balls.
having a problem with.
Blue pill.
They cannot build a.
Blue cross. Blue
They
pill.
cannot build a a rocket that can fly in with a contained space that SpaceX can fly and then land that same rocket without breaking off into pieces,
Yeah.
as normal rockets do. Now, SpaceX has built this huge ship that can carry 25,000 people or something, or it's like 250,000 pounds worth of weight. Something crazy, abnormal like that. That can fly and then land as one piece. And it is huge, and they're supposedly, Elon Musk has came out and said that we are trying to be at the rate of building one every 3 days, because they need to build some astronomical amount of like 2,500 to go to Mars in 3 years, to be able to take enough supplies to start colonize in Mars.
What did they find on
And to
Earth
bring
that
enough
we have to
people.
move to Mars?
I think they found Australia, and they were just like, yeah, let's leave.
Especially with all those huntsman spiders.
What did they find on Earth?
Yeah, they're like
They saw
trying to
the
rush to leave Earth.
Well,
James Cameron went to
I
the
think
bottom of the
Elon
ocean.
Musk
He's
is
like,
just
we
looking.
gotta go.
I think Elon Musk is trying to move to Earth because of just looking at previous history. Is we have double the amount of time that any living being has successfully made it through time on Earth.
Isn't
in the
Elon
middle,
Musk
in the
on
Middle
Earth, though?
Ages right now, we'd be grandparents.
Right.
Yeah, in our 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
But no. But I'm saying is we have made it so far, and like as human beings without being extinct,
right.
because how the dinosaurs weren't around that long.
Well, they also had a meteor that kind of like suffocated them.
But then we
Kinda
had
destroyed the whole
two ice
atmosphere.
ages.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is like we have made it so far, and we have been so lucky on this planet that Elon Musk believes that I could be wrong, but I think Elon Musk said that like there's going to be some huge natural disaster that will eventually make us go extinct, and if it won't be that, we're going to overpopulate the planet too much that the planet will not have enough land
Yeah, the soil will
to
go
be
bad.
able to feed all the 7 billion, 8 billion, however many billion people we're going to have on this planet one day.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
that's why it's all
He
Colin's
wants to
back was
go to
still-
Mars because it's the closest planet that is as similar to Earth as possible.
Yeah, I remember.
And the quicker the better.
Genocide is always a thing. They're just like, let's cleanse off like half this group right here.
So
yeah, I remember back in, it was either 2015 or 16, I was reading an article about how NASA in 2024 wants to go to Mars to start colonizing, and that's what really got me interested in like space science and everything. Like to think, I could be going to college right now for like astrophysics.
right.
Me of all people. Anyway, that's besides the point. But like, I was like, I wonder if they're like actually gonna go through with this and like what they're gonna need to build.
Elon wants to.
Oh, I know Elon.
Oh,
does.
Elon wants to do everything.
What can and what will they build to take the amount of supplies needed to colonize?
He's already got like 5 of the ships
They
made, or 7 of
also-
the ships made.
Well, this was me thinking
Oh, okay.
back then.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of the ships made.
They also started growing like vegetables out in space.
Yeah,
Like, there
yeah.
was like the first space team. I don't know who
But
it was.
they gotta
they were
figure
able
out.
to make a breakfast in space using like bell peppers and stuff that was grown outside.
Right, right.
Like not
They've-
even on human soil. I was like,
They've got to figure out how to get water and a consistent source of water on
Yeah.
Mars.
Because there,
I think they found
They
water.
did found.
but there's
find it,
not a
like-
lot.
Yeah, it's like a pond.
Right.
Yeah.
But but that makes it good for us to know that we can have water on Mars.
Yeah, but it's why would you go on Mars?
Because
Mars
it
is
is the
like-
closest planet that is as similar to our planet. Because it's gonna take. That's
It's
how
kinda-
long it takes to fly to the moon.
Yeah.
You gotta double triple it to fly to Mars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So imagine flying further than that planet.
Yeah.
You know,
And it gets colder.
and then we can
away from the sun.
finally prove the flat earthers wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you think we could ever
Don't
prove
get
them
me
wrong?
started on that.
Do you think we could ever prove
Okay,
them wrong?
I love how they think that like all those
Before my phone dies,
pictures.
we gotta end soon.
I love how they think all those pictures that like NASA sends out are tampered with. They're fake. You clearly
It's
see the
fake.
curve, or like from pilots, you can clearly see the curve. Them, it's fake. It's totally fake.
Or how people
moon
believe that
landing
the
was
moon landing is
fake
fake.
Yeah.
That made.
Have
more
you
sense.
seen the TikToks on like? We talked about this last podcast that you were here about the aliens being on the moon when they landed, and them being like in craters and stuff, and watching us, and that's why they didn't say anything, and we had a communication problem for like the first couple minutes before they left the whatever thing they're in.
Shuttle.
The shuttle. Before they left the shuttle, there was a miscommunication, like they lost contact with them or something, supposedly. They think they like used specific lines that wasn't to the public, and it was just private lines to
Like a cryptic
NASA.
language.
Yeah, and then that they said they saw something like, are we gonna go out or are we just gonna leave? Like all this stuff, and
Like, who's the first guy on the moon?
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong. He did have a thing
Oh,
where he
John
said
Glenn.
once he stepped foot onto the moon, he pissed himself. But I don't know. What if he? Because he
Well-
said it was probably because of the excitement of like literally landing on the moon for
But
the first time.
why were they so, when they got back, why were they so, okay, I'm not one to believe that the
Like
landing
it
was
is a
fake.
possibility.
It is real, I believe it,
Yeah.
but I am not one to disbelieve that there isn't extraterrestrial life out
Oh,
there.
Yeah, or
So,
like any other.
When
form
they
of
came
life
back,
past
why
us.
weren't they so excited, like, wow, we just landed on the moon and we're back and like all this stuff.
Yeah, we
like,
found a rock, you know.
but they were so like scared.
Yeah.
Like they were so like, you cannot say anything about that, kind of like hiding information, I felt like.
Yeah,
Because
it's just outer space.
but when
man.
he said one self met for man, one giant leap for mankind, there's a reason behind that
Well,
line.
yeah, like we discussed that last time, where it's like,
If
what
there's
if it's like a
other
double
life,
meaning, where it's like that's the big leap for mankind.
Yeah, is right.
But people,
Take me to Mars. There ain't no snakes up there.
What, some asshole bring like one of those huntsman spiders from Australia?
That would be my coworker.
all right. We gotta wrap this shit up.
But before we do that, there's always been those theories about parallel universes. How like in another universe you'd be blonde, I'd be the skinny one, you'd be the fat one, Jordan
Never.
would be completely
I
bald.
don't think
I'd
there's
be a
any
girl.
universe that happens.
There's always ones where there's one thing slightly different.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, we're not doing this podcast in another universe.
Watching another one, we're all like millionaires and
Famous millionaires.
yeah, and that's the podcast. All right,
We're
And I'm
sons of
actually
Jeff
good
Bezos.
looking.
you have a decent hairline.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Hopefully you made it
comment,
through the super episode.
Like, comment, share. There's no way they made it through the super episode. It's 2.5 hours long.
They may have woken up just now.
Right.
You're watching this.
They're
If
like,
you're still
oh,
watching
all right,
it-
it's over. Good show, good show.
If you're watching this, please share. If you've made it this far, you are a devoted listener. Please share.
And those of you who reach out, my few friends included, mainly the only ones.
hit them up on Instagram.
Yeah, the Late Podcast 216. Follow that. We need to start posting on that more.
Working on a Facebook.
Link in description.
Facebook, maybe.
We're gonna Facebook and Twitter.
We'll
make it happen. I'll
what else was I going to say?
Just like I come to stuff.
Please
I
share,
can
comment,
control
like,
Facebook.
subscribe.
I'm
Turn on the notifications.
Twitter,
Turn-
right?
Yeah, notification
I don't
bell.
use
That's
Twitter.
important.
All right, we'll give you. The
We
Facebook.
will try to get
Alright.
back into the swing of 2 episodes per week, but let us know what you think about one just super big episode in the middle of the week.
It's hard.
That's what she said.
Smooth.
I missed this.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you thought about this episode. If you did make it this far,
If I talk too much, please let me know.
yes.
We all know that
We
answer.
we can make another one. Yeah.
And let us know ideas for when we start doing skits. Give us ideas so we can start making scripting off of that.
If you know anyone that you would want to hear on the podcast, send us a DM on Instagram, or we're going to have a Facebook out soon. Notify us in some way, shape, or form saying, like, hey, it'd be really cool to hear this person on the podcast or so-and-so, and maybe we can reach out to them and make things happen.
And let us know topics, because we could always use more of those.
I spitball a lot. I just spitball for 2 hours right there.
Yeah. Well, it's like cars, and then we got into the fun stuff.
We're like Tom DeLonge.
Then we got fantasy.
Right.
Then we talk about Earth and Mars.
But all right, thanks for
I didn't
tuning
even
in.
get to talk about football.
Thanks for tuning in.
I can go for another hour on football, so we should probably leave.
Um,
Thanks for listening,
We'll see
guys.
you again
See you
next
guys
week.
later. Peace out.
see ya.